Dylan with his family a final prayer before he jogged back to the tunnel. That is a pre-game ritual for him. And what a season, DB, that DR has had. He looks to keep it going here today.
Yeah, he's playing at a high level. He's been really, really efficient. And I think for him, the scary thing is he knows that there's plenty of room for him to grow. The key is how many guys can grow along with him.
He's had a remarkable season and will take on Aiden Childs, who's had a great start in his own right. Well, Fans Channel C Pros always shows up for farmers all season long with personalized insights and support to maximize performance. Learn how Channel can show up for you at channel.com. Nebraska captains and Michigan State captains getting set to go to that scarlet block end at the 50-yard line. Every seat just about full here for the 407th consecutive sellout. Slowly walking themselves out to the 50-yard line are both sets of captains. With that, we send it down to field level with Jessica Cootie.
Michigan State captain Sam Edwards, Matt Golban, and Quindarius Dunnigan. For the Huskers game day, captains Dylan Raiola, Marquise Buford Jr., Henry Lutovsky, and Ja'Cory Barney as they are shaking hands. We'll see here if the Huskers can get some luck here and win their first toss, but we send things over to the head referee, Jeff Cervinsky.
Welcome to another Saturday afternoon at Big Ten. We have a commemorative coin today that we're honoring two young men, two outstanding athletes, one from each of the schools represented today that were taken well before their time. Representing and in honor of Mike Sadler from Michigan State University, and from the University of Nebraska, Sam Foltz. Here's a commemorative coin. I'm going to toss it in the air. Whatever emblem comes up, that team will have won the toss. Everyone clear? Yes, sir. It has come up. Mike Sadler, Michigan State. You've won the toss. You want the football. Which way do you want to kick?
All right. So the Huskers 0 for 5 here to start the season on winning the toss. But how about that? A commemorative coin toss, or coin for the coin toss today, and a huge roar from the crowd when they announced Sam Foltz, guys.
Yeah, Jess, how about that, DB? Special moment.
Yeah, and both guys uniquely connected and friends as well. And how about the interesting thing? I get it, Michigan State trying to play to their strengths, which has been the offense, but you are running the risk of getting this crowd involved early with the potential of a 3-and-out with these guys chomping at the bit.
So Nebraska's 0 for 5 this year in coin tosses. I don't know if we got to send DB down there to to flip the coin himself. I don't know if BMAC has to go down there, coach somebody, but he's got to get that turned around.
Well, if you want the guys that's most familiar with postseason play, you've got to either go with BMAC or Coach. I mean, Coach got women's basketball on lockdown, and of course, Benny Mack with Nebraska's historic run at the end of the baseball season last year. Both those guys got to have better karma than us,
right.
Don't they?
Got the voice of Husker baseball to my right. Got the voice of Husker women's basketball right over my shoulder. Good group. Jessica Cooney down on the sidelines. That's Damon Benning. I'm Kyle Crooks. Nebraska traditional. Scarlet uniform tops, white pants, white helmets, scarlet N on either side with a scarlet stripe down the center. Michigan State, white tops, green pants, green helmets with that white Spartan on either side of those green helmets. So this kick will be with the wind at the back here of Kyle Kunet and will come from right to left. Wind right now at about 19 miles an hour. Will come from south to north, expecting gusts of nearly 35 miles an hour. Rashawn McCray, along with Elijah Tolliver, are back for the Spartans at the goal line to our left. So I would expect with the wind at the back of Cunanan, would have a good shot to drive this through the end zone. Cunanan, 4 kickoffs, 1 touchback last week. 7 touchbacks and 16 kickoffs this season. 5-yard run-up. Right-footed kick is high-arching, and off we go from Memorial Stadium. That lands 2 yards deep, center of the end zone. Rashawn McCray lets that land and roll through the end zone for a touchback. Bring out DB Aiden Childs has had a really good start to his campaign.
Yeah, he's efficient. Again, the key to look for Nebraska is pass rush integrity lanes. You can't get too loosey-goosey with the pass rush because much like our deuce, you can't let this one get loose, and you got to keep Childs in the pocket, and if he gets free, have him step up and not out.
Michigan State's second leading rusher is Childs, 9 touchdowns to 1 interception. For the 25 of the Spartans, left to right. Under center, Childs. Deep back, Mekhi Frazier takes a snap, toss, sweep left. Here's Frazier, gets the edge, 25, swerves right, off contact to the 28, still moves a pile of red out to the 29, a gain of 4 yards, was met by a massive humanity. Keona Davis, amongst others, on the stop, 2nd and 6.
Interesting philosophy, just a little student body left in honor of just playing the Trojans 2 weeks ago, who made it famous. Old school toss, Casey. That their temperament?
Also, Dawson Merritt there, DB, in on the hit. At the 29 of the Spartans, 2nd and 6, they go empty. 3 wide right, Twins left. 4 at the line of scrimmage, 5th rusher comes, snap to Childs, throws left on the comeback. It's dropped by Elijah Tolliver, the running back, who was flexed out to the left side of the line. He dropped it at the 33. It's going to be a 3rd down and 6.
And Nebraska fortunate, too. A little miscommunication between Singleton and Donovan Jones. A free little hitch route on the outside, and you turn a guy loose. They'll have to shore that one up.
Just like you said, Damon, don't want to get this crowd in it early.
Here we go.
Here we are.
It's the risk you run.
3rd and 6, Spartan 29, left hash. 1 wide each way, a tight end left, out of the gun, Childs. As a running back left hip, McCray in motion left to right. Snap to Childs, back in 2 steps, rush comes, under pressure, wrapped up, he's sacked, back at the 15-yard line. Forward progress, they'll have him out at the 19. Williams Winery coming through, Javen Wright also there.
Yeah, key for the game for me all week was 0. Javen Wright's got to play better. Did his best Edwin Moses impersonation. How about him on with the hurdle? Getting to where he needs to be, and that's where you've got to get Childs, right in his face.
Loss of 10 yards on that sack again. All the switching up front with injuries for Michigan State. That's going to be a huge issue protecting Childs today. They come after this. Not sure if there was an early jump on Michigan State. Jameer Khan was coming off the left edge. Nebraska's made it known they want to come after one today. Khan has been credited with 1 block punt this year.
Start. Offense number 2.
This is like this is the first
still 4th down.
true test. It's not the 3 and out. We said that they were rolling the dice there. It's managing this win.
Well, this is right into the teeth of the win here. Ryan Eckley, he had 3 punts over a 56 per boot. Highest net punt average in the FBS. Snap back to Eckley, a low-lining, spiraling kick. Barney on a back pedal's got it at the 39 of the Huskers. Circles left, middle of the field, 45 across midfield. And he's tripped up on the red scarlet end at the 48 in Husker territory. A 47-yard punt into the wind and a 12-yard return.
Well, I tell you, may want to take a look at those cleats. Again, another cleat monster. Boy, you see that thing part like the Red Sea. He just needed Aaron. The heck with Moses.
Well, with that sack on the opening drive, High Street Insurance and Financial Services is helping Nebraska sack hunger. For every sack this season, High Street is donating $500 to the Food Bank of the Heartland. High Street Insurance and Financial Services is committing to helping communities see possible. At the 48-yard line of Michigan State, so how about this field position to start? In plus territory for Dylan Raiola. Emmett Johnson saddled right, 2 wide left. Dane Key is wide right, and the sunlight takes the snap. Hands it off Johnson over the center, and he drives his way forward for a gain of a yard to the 47-yard line. Brought down by Jordan Hall, who missed the second half last week due to targeting. So he's back this week. That's the top linebacker for the Spartans.
And he's going to have to be big for this defense. They got to piece this second level together.
Ball at the plus 47. Barney in the slot left. 2 wide receivers left. 2 receivers stacked outside the numbers right. Johnson left hip Raiola. Takes a thigh-high snap. 4-man rush. Steps up. Flips it over the middle. Caught by Johnson, who's pummeled right away at the 42-yard line. Wayne Matthews III was there to make the hit. He was taken off on a stretcher last week and gets the start today. 3rd and 3 at the 41.
Yeah, it's a tough game played by tough people. But when you get the pads cut off, it's always an optimistic sign to see you back playing the next week.
So Nebraska breaks huddle on a 3rd down and 3 from the Spartan 41 and a scoreless first. 12-20 here in the opening frame. Two tight ends right, Key tight right. Snap from under center, Raiola. Boots right, looks downfield, tucks and runs 40 along the numbers. Dodge, shoulder pad first, has the first down at the 36-yard line. And that is a Medica first down for Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, I'm going to need the crack statistician. We try to keep counting. That's at least 5 rushing first downs for Mr. DR, which is a good sign early, relatively, in the season.
He wanted to take off when he can. At the 36, and Michigan State to scoreless first. Low snap to Raiola. Blitz comes. It's picked up. Raiola wings one over the middle. Broken up. A contested in-cut at the 22. No flags down. Malcolm Bell with the coverage on Dane Key. It's a lot of fighting as that pass arrived.
Yeah, I tell you what, and they're going to see a ton of man-to-man. And the good thing for Dylan is he's got to get accustomed to not waiting for guys to get open. You got to throw them open and fit it in there. It's a good day for that.
It was a tight window. 2nd and 10. Spartan 36. Slot left. Cortez Mills is wide right. Johnson saddle right of Raiola. Takes a snap. Quick hitch left. Caught. Knee-high grab from Ja'Cory Barnes. Wrapped up in the flat. Josh Eaton made the tackle at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 on the little quick toss to the left side.
Yeah, that's what you want to see Nebraska start to get it better at, is winning the one-on-ones. Barney out there in space. Really good tackle from Michigan State. Well, he doesn't make that. He's out the back gate.
Nebraska this year, DB, 50% on third down, 24th in the country, have a 3rd and 8 at the 34 of the Spartans. 3 wide, 2 receivers right. Lindenmeyer, the tight end, flexed off the line right. Short motion from Mills, far side right. Snap to Raiola, wide snap, collects with one hand. Pressure comes, steps up, slings one right. Caught! Luke Lindenmeyer at the 25 with a flag down. Tumbles from Medica first to the 24-yard line. A gain of 10, eluding that rush. And able to make the catch, go down at the 24. We'll check the flag near the 15.
Yeah, it looked like defensive holding, but we'll see, because there was a little interference with Nebraska on offense. We'll see which side they like.
Jeff Cervinski is our lead official.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding, defense number 2. 10-yard penalty results in an automatic first down.
That's Aiden West, the freshman corner. Actually, I should say Josh Eaton.
There's only one of us with a clean-shaven head, but that was my best impersonation of a bald eagle. I saw the hold from from pretty far away. How about that? It's a guy that doesn't see real well, KC.
Well, we do have a timeout on the field. Did have a couple of Medica first downs. With that, count on Medica to protect your team with affordable group health plans, flexible benefits, and the close-to-home care they want. Husker Nation, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Learn more and get a quote at Medica.com. Boy, the wind is really whipping. Almost sent my charts all the way to another state. We'll step aside with a break in the action, as Eaton was the one who's the injured Spartan down on the field, gets help to the far sideline. 10:57 to go in the first. No score. We're back after this on the Huskers Radio Network.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, 10:56 in the first. 1st and 10 after the completion of Luke Lindenmeyer of 10 yards. So we'll be at the Spartan 24-yard line. Raiola under center. Deep back is Johnson. Snap, spin, handoff. Johnson angles right to the 20, 15. Spins his way inside the numbers near the 10. Brought down by Malik Spencer. Gain of 14 yards. Medica first.
Yeah, it seems subtle. I talk about it all the time. Hopefully you don't mind. Offset versus directly behind the quarterback. EJ he's got a two-way go when he lines up behind the quarterback. That's vintage downhill run game.
How about these explosive chunks? Couple of third down conversions, and the Huskers set up in the red zone. This is where they've struggled. 1st and goal at the 10. 3 receivers left, ball far right hash. Single back right is Johnson. Raiola barks out audibles. Extends the hands, takes the snap. 4-man push, back to throw. Zips one near left, incomplete on an outcut for Ja'Cory Barney, 2 yards deep in the end zone. He cut off his route. Devin Cromwell, the 6-year DB, was in coverage.
Yeah, 6th year. We've said that quite a bit this year. I mean, it is an old league played by some grown-ups.
just sailed that one a little high and wide of Barney, who's had a couple of 100-yard receiving games this year. Scoreless first quarter, under 10 to play in the first. Second and goal from the 10, far right hash. 4 wide, 3 receivers left. Johnson vacates left. Snap to Raiola, looks right, tucks and runs, angles left to the 10 at the 5, lowers the shoulder and spears his way down to the 2. Malik Spencer made the hit.
He didn't get in, but he has no idea what an injection that is for his team to see him kind of laying it on the line and get outside his comfort zone.
Turner Corcoran, meanwhile, tackle eligible, comes in, and that was part of the conversation after Michigan tried to find a way to have maybe a better feel to take off when you can.
Yeah. And you see it, too, in the red zone. Most teams that are really good running the football inside the 20 have quarterback run game. When you don't, it's two-back run game. You'll take either.
Arberg is out of the gun. Raiola to his left. Johnson is saddled right. Arberg takes a snap, handoff, Raiola, and an end-around handoff. Johnson there left, sweeps the edge. Trickery to perfection. Touchdown. 3 yards on the right-to-left run from Emmett Johnson. The balloons soar to the heavens. It's the Huskers 6, Spartans nothing. What a drive to kick off homecoming.
How about the play design? 2 backs in the backfield, and you end up getting a lead blocker out of it. That was your quarterback. Dana Holgerson says, okay, you've got a bag, I've got a bag. Let's get in my real bag.
How about that? Snap to Harburg, who handed it off to Dillon, and then from right to left, a handoff to Johnson, who would sweep the left edge and untouched.
They have got a lot of action off of that, KC. So right now, we talk red zone in the pregame with Benny Mac. Nebraska 1, Michigan State 0.
Officially 2 yards on the run, part of a Sapp Brothers drive summary. 9 plays, 48 yards, 4 minutes and 14 seconds. As always, drive summary sponsored by Sapp Brothers. When you contract your fuel with Sapp Brothers, you can win $1,000 in fuel credits. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Sapp Brothers. 9:09 to go here in the opening quarter. It's Nebraska 7 and Michigan State nothing. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave. Hey there. Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNVO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNVO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnvo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC. 9:09 left here in the opening quarter for homecoming. Nebraska 7, Michigan State nothing. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Also, fans, for decades, Nebraskans have trusted Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska as a partner for what matters most. Blue believes in Husker Nation, and Blue believes in you. It's two-time national champ Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie down on her sidelines. Kyle Crooks here on a windy Saturday for homecoming. At Memorial Stadium, Huskers going right down the field with a short field. 9 plays, 48 yards, a pair of third down conversions. And if you're Nebraska, you love the way they've come out of the bye week.
Absolutely. Well organized and with a plan. I like the little adjustments they made, at least on the first series defensively. A little bit of an even front. They went from boxing to spilling, and they're getting downhill. Again, just 1 3 and out. but you found a way to generate pressure and get them in a 3rd and long, and then you turn right around and score on offense. You couldn't script it any better.
Already a sack of Aiden Childs. Kyle Cunanan will kick this one away from right to left. Back deep for Sean McCray. Watches that one sail almost through the uprights. Again, the wind at the back at about 19 miles an hour. And that's a touchback, so Aiden Childs comes out for his 2nd drive, and you get the sense early this is a crucial drive for the Spartans to get this crowd off their back.
Yeah, and I tell you, and it's for 2 reasons. Number 1, you do want to quiet the crowd on the road, but number 2, Nebraska has a next set of offensive plays sequentially that they'll have ready to go.
You look at their offensive line for the Spartans. Connor Moore, who's usually their right tackle, is at left. Stanford Ramil is out for quite some time, their starting left tackle. Childs from the Spartan 25, left to right into the wind, under center. Deep back Frazier. Takes a snap, spin, handoff to Frazier over the center. Rex Guthrie surfs in to make the contact after a gain of a yard to the 26. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, you see the difference already where Nebraska's deciding how they want to play this defensively and limit the guesswork, whether they want to box or spill. They're getting downhill.
Remember, no Malcolm Hartzog today. Rex Guthrie getting the start at one of the safeties. You got Jones and Marshall at the corners, right at the nickel. 2nd and 9, Spartan 26, 5 wide, 3 receivers left. Right hash snap to Childs, frontside pressure comes, hit as he lofts it deep left, numbers incomplete. Looking for Amari Kelly near midfield, stride for stride with him. Andrew Marshall, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Kelly's big time, and they got pressure, so win-win. Nebraska showed that they could, at least for the moment, run with these wide receivers, and they got pressure on Childs. Those are 2 trends you'd like to see continue.
Nicola was this close to a sack.
I'm telling you, they are pinning their ears back without any threat of interior run game.
Enter this crowd again, 3rd and 9, Spartan 26, 3 wide left, solo man tight right. Out of the gun, Childs takes a snap, 4-man twisting rush, zips one left on the comeback. That's caught Nick Marsh, scoots across the 30, still shy of the first at the 33-yard line. There on the hit, Deshaun McCullough, Deshaun Singleton also there, but will be short at the 33. 4th and 2, gain of 7.
Yeah, and Michigan State was fortunate to get that as close as they did. Nebraska had that corralled, just let a little bit of leverage get away from them.
So Ryan Eckley, we mentioned, has a really big leg. His average 53 yards per boot, had a 47-yarder into the wind in his first punt. Spartans can't get anything going offensively. Barney's back deep near the 25. Is this a false start?
Another procedure penalty again. Well, that's 2 now.
An official, Jeff Cervinski. He's been an official in this league since 2018. Wearing the white hat today. A lot of conversation on the near hash marks. We'll get the call.
Play a game on the offense, snapping the ball when it wasn't ready for play. It's a 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
We get a delay game.
Yeah, so that's one of those where that's how it'll be chalked up in the books. But the rocking of the ball to create that kind of what's the good word for it? Illusion of the snap. They're trying everything here, aren't they?
Well, now Eckley is inside his own 15. Barney at the Husker 30. Snap back to Eckley. It's blocked. Con blocked it. It's picked up. Carter Nelson. Touchdown Huskers. They came right at it. Nelson picked it up. 13-0 Scarlet and the Cream. Second block punt this year for Jameer Khan. He had one credited to him against Houston Christian. They've been coming after it, and boy, he got it.
Boy, I tell you, that was fantastic in terms of the anticipation. They tried to quick snap Nebraska. Khan just wins one-on-one in that spread punt.
So Khan had the clean block, was picked up at the 3 by Carter Nelson, who runs it in for a Husker touchdown. Snap back. The All-State extra point is up and good. Jessica Cooney, keep an eye on Mike Eckler for me real quick. Make sure he's doing okay. I'm sure he's fired up.
I can't even find him.
7:37 to go in the first. The Huskers a 14-0 lead over Michigan State. Last block punt for a touchdown, 2022 against Indiana. That was Malcolm Hartzog.
I love when the math works out, too. 9 minus 2. Or 9 plus 2 is 7. Or, excuse me, 11. 1 plus 3, that's 4. 11 minus 4 is 7. We don't get 6, but Carter Nelson gets his first 7 of the year.
Love it. Drive Summary sponsored by Sapp Brothers. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Sapp Brothers. We'll step aside. 14-0 Huskers. 7:37 to go in the first. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your die-hard passion for your Nebraska Cornhuskers all season long with your favorite red and white gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from Memorial Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Husker-branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com, and let's cheer on the Huskers. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee's a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Grain dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Want to boost Nebraska's economy and help the planet? It's as easy as filling up your tank. Switch to soy-based biodiesel to cut greenhouse gases by up to 74% and support biodiesel growth.
I'm Greg Anderson, a farmer near Newman Grove, Nebraska, and biodiesel has transformed our farm. It cuts emissions, raises the cetane number, and improves fuel lubricity.
So ask for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, economy, and Nebraska soybean farmers. Nebraska soybeans. Feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting in your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
7:37 left here in the opening quarter. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot. Nebraska 14, Michigan State nothing. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Let's send it down to the Rob Seco sidelines for the first time. Here's Jessica Cooney.
Guys, there's just absolutely nothing like a big special teams play to ignite a sideline. It was absolutely electric. But I got to say, it's been so awesome to see the love for Carter Nelson. Here's a guy that maybe hasn't had as big of an impact on the offense, but has really taken a lot of pride in his special teams role and is the first one to celebrate everybody else. And I think every single person on this football team has gone up to congratulate him. Same thing with Jameer Khan, but really cool to see. And this sideline is absolutely electric. And in terms of Mike Eckler, he didn't celebrate long because he was back to coaching up the kickoff team to make sure they're ready to go to do something here.
John Hull is going to be doing the kickoff duties right now as the ball is off the tee. That allows us to remind you that sideline report brought to you by Rob Seco, independent seed company focused on simplicity, relationships, and technology. Boy, what a start. Back-to-back 3-and-outs, too. Don't want to get that loss for Michigan State offensively.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic start. Everybody kind of concerned about where Nebraska was defensively and the prowess of Childs, and rightfully so to some degree because Childs is playing at a high level. But Nebraska's ability to generate pressure with 4 has been able to win.
Ball fell off the tee again, so Marquise Buford's going to have to put his left index finger on it. And it's John Hull to kick this one away as about a 6-yard run-up. The approach, right-footed kick, high arching, end over end. This one goes over the head of Elijah Tolliver for a touchback. Huskers in front 14-0. Also, huge shout-out to Quincy Schmidt, who will win $20,000 towards the purchase or lease of a Woodhouse brand vehicle after the blocked punt, part of the blocked punt contestant winner. So, congratulations, Quincy Schmidt. All right, for Michigan State, back-to-back 3-and-outs, 2 total yards of offense, and they have put Aiden Childs on his heels.
Yeah, danger zone here.
25 of the Spartans, 2 tight ends right, 1 wide each way under center. Childs, deep back Frazier. Snap to Childs, play fake, back to throw, looks left, pressure arrives, pocket crumbles, rolls out to his right, swerves back left, floats it left, caught by Frazier. Green grass 20, 25, outside the numbers, 30 to the 35, a broken play, and it's Childs who throws back to Mekhi Frazier, the running back, who gets it out to the 37-yard line for a first down. Donovan Jones runs him out.
Yeah, that's one of those you dust yourself off. Art of the improv, it's a little helter-skelter. That's not a defensive lapse. That's a guy keeping a play alive. Don't panic if you're Nebraska.
Shavers was making Childs run for his life. First down for the Spartans at their own 37. Slot right, 1 man left. Single back left is Tal Tolliver. Snap to Childs, flips it left, and that's caught. Nice catch by Evan Boyd on the comeback. Broke a tackle, scoots up the left sideline to the 49 of the Huskers. Rex Guthrie finally wrangles him up and throws him down.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to see some improvement from. You know, sure tacklers, Donovan Jones, guys like that, weren't real sharp. 2 weeks ago. That's where they've got to make some hay.
First catch of the year for Evan Boyd. In Husker territory at the 49 left hash. 14-0 Huskers. 2 wide left, solo man right, Childs under center. Snap spin, handoff, Brandon Tullis over left tackle as he trucks his way over a defender to the 44-yard line. Vincent Shavers at the bottom of the pile makes the hit. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Approaching 6 minutes to play here in the first. Elijah Judy checks in, that defensive line of Keona Davis, Elijah Judy, Cam Lenhart, Willis McGahee right now at that jack position.
They're going to have to play with some real discipline here, too.
2nd and 5, Husker 44. Under center, Childs takes the snap, and a give up the middle. Mekhi Frazier hops past the lunging Rex Guthrie for a first between the hashes to the 34-yard line. Gain of 10 yards, and another Michigan State first down.
And that's one of those things you just got to tighten up kind of on the back end. Fortunate to get him to the ground there. That's one of those where you want to run through and not necessarily a dive at. Got to tighten that up a little bit on the back end.
Guthrie was lucky to just get enough of a leaping Frazier. 34-yard line of the Huskers, left to right. Spartans trail 14-zip. 3 wide, 2 out to the right. Snap, turn left, handoff for Frazier, bounces left, gets a block, but can't get the edge on the numbers at the 30. Rex Guthrie was chasing him all around the field, and Frazier picks up about 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
That's a good job by Guthrie, actually cleaning up his own mistake. He's a cutback, backside guy. Kind of took the bait, then got back out to make the play. That's a way to erase your own little mistake there. Not bad savvy for a pup.
2nd and 6, Husker 30. Childs shotgun set, Frazier single back left. 2 receivers left and 1 out to the right. That's the star Nick Marsh. Snap blitz comes. Childs, good pocket. Looks left, swings it left. One-handed leaping catch from Mekhi Frazier, who gets stopped in his tracks and thrown down by Javen Wright at the 31-yard line. Tried to elude the grasp of number 0, but could not. Perhaps lost a yard. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I'm impressed with his bounce back. Oda's a guy that was pretty tough on himself after the Michigan game. Felt like he left a few plays out there. He has come out here with a vengeance today.
Tackling a little bit better this week coming out of the bye week. 3rd and 7. Husker 31. Spread it out with 5 wide, 3 receivers near right. So an empty set for Aiden Childs. Huskers showing pressure. Left hash snap, 4-man push. Backside pressure arrives. Childs tucks and runs between the hashes and bulldozes short of a first to the 25-yard line. Cam Lenhart, Elijah Judy there in the impact. Presents a 4th and 1 decision time. Again, in the teeth of the wind here.
Yeah, not a full one either. You got to assume Michigan State will go for this. But I would get Childs on the edge. It's not really a good downhill rushing team. And Nebraska's going to get big with 5 up front with their hand in the dirt.
David Huffkin, Gabe Moore come in. This is a 4th and 1. Husker 25 on the far left hash. Childs under center. Deep back, Brandon Tullis. A tight end right. 3 wide, slot left. Huskers 5 down linemen, snap to Childs. Quarterback sneak. He stood up, not before he picks up a first. It's a yard past it to the Husker 23-yard line. More than enough. Move the sticks again for the Spartans, who had back-to-back 3-and-outs to begin this game. Under 3 to play now in the first. Huskers a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, probably get back to base personnel here, just as long as they're outside the 20. But now the real game begins in terms of personnel.
9th play of this drive coming up. Husker 23, 1st and 10. Tight end flexed off the line left. Childs out of the gun. Tullis to his right. 3 wide right, solo man left. Snap to Childs, off play action, drops the throw, wings one near right, looking for Jack Velling, can't make a diving catch. The tight end almost made a Superman grab at the 1-yard line. In coverage to Sean Singleton.
That's a pretty accurate throw, and Singleton didn't get a good job of not panicking. He had to kind of weave through the traffic, a little rub route. They run the wheel off of it. Did a good job not panicking.
There's a senior tight end, Velling at the 1, almost scooped that off the turf on a dive. 2nd and 10. Husker 23.
Defensive guys like to call that a pick.
2 wide right, solo man left, Kelly in orbit motion left to right. Childs stomps the foot for the snap. Handoff Frazier, circles left, bounces upfield to the 21, drags his way along the numbers. Donovan Jones peels him down to the ground, and that'll be a 3rd down and 7, gain of 3. Extra DB comes in. Marquise Buford will come on the field. Also more of a pass rushing unit. Cade Petshot comes on the field with Cam Lenhart. 3rd and 7, Husker 20. 4 wide, 3 receivers near right. Nick Marsh, their top target, locked up with Donovan Jones wide left. Childs out of the gun, single back right is Frazier. Snap, Huskers bring a blitz. Childs slants one left, leaping catch. Nick Marsh makes the grab on the left hash, goes down at the 9 for a 1st and goal for the Spartans. Brought down by Marquise Buford and Donovan Jones.
Yeah, they are going at DJ, and they've got to, Nebraska secondary's got to know that ball's probably coming out pretty quick. You don't really want to give ground. You want to sit on the sticks, which is 3rd and 7.
They have 11 yards. Nick Marsh has not been 100%. He's been banged up.
He's a Sunday guy, too. He can take his time getting back healthy.
1st and goal at the 9. Attacking the south end zone, Childs under center, straight eye, deep back is Frazier. Snap, spin, handoff, Frazier over left tackle, swarm, Dawson Merritt led the charge, Williams Winery also there. Lost a yard, back to the 10 over left tackle.
Yeah, now you got to be real sound here on the backside. You get a lot of boot, a lot of waggle, where Childs can run fake and get out on the edge. Nebraska's got to be disciplined with their eyes here.
14-0 Nebraska. Final 30 seconds of the first. I like Frazier's running style. Very patient in terms of cutback lanes.
Yeah, and he's kind of a hammer, too. Built low to the ground. He's a thick guy.
2nd and goal from the 10 left hash. 4 wide, 3 receivers near right. Marsh again wide left. Childs extends for the shotgun snap. Quarterback draw. Over left guard. Smothered and loses another yard back to the 11-yard line. Riley Van Poppel, first one there. 3rd and goal now as Michigan State's moving backward.
Yeah, Van Poppel's been good at the point of attack. Pretty stout. Doesn't give a ton of ground.
Well, for Michigan State, the flip sides of the field have the wind at their back at the end of the first quarter. 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line coming up. You're listening to an exclusive broadcast of the Huskers Radio Network. The following may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Huskers Radio Network, which is a division of Playfly Sports. As Nebraska's fastest growing law firm, Smith Pauley is a proud partner of Nebraska Athletics for innovative legal services and concierge caliber responsiveness. Contact Smith Pauley, Midwest Values, national expertise. Start of the second coming up. Nebraska 14 and Michigan State nothing. This is Big Red Football.
Reliable energy service wherever you need it. Whether it's propane, fuels, or lubricants, Central Valley Ag delivers with reliability and care you can count on. From your farm to your home or your business, CVA Energy is your trusted partner for agricultural, commercial, and residential energy solutions. Details at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
For almost 50 years, Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont has been more than just a dealership. We're a family dedicated to serving yours. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Buick GMC dealer for the new car, truck, or SUV to fit your needs. We're also your GMC Business Elite dealer for commercial vehicles. Visit us at SidDillonBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Sid Dillon. Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to the Greg Sharp radio booth at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. I'm Matt Coatney. 14-0 Nebraska leads Michigan State at the end of the first quarter. Time now for a scoreboard update. It's brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. Everyone looks good with a touch of gray, especially when it's one of 8 new gray 2025 trucks you could win in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. Buy a ticket today and experience the power of gray. Top prize odds, 1 in 336,000. Some very interesting scores out on the West Coast. UCLA leads number 7 Penn State 17-7. They're midway through the second quarter. Maryland on top of Washington 10-0 midway through the second quarter. Northwestern leads UL Monroe midway through the second quarter 15-7. Also, 9th ranked Texas trails at the Swamp. Florida 10, number 9 Texas 7. They are late in the second quarter of play. 16th ranked Vanderbilt leads at number 10 Alabama. Now they're tied. That game is tied 7 apiece. Vandy and Alabama. Alabama has just scored early in the second quarter. 14-0 Nebraska with the lead over Michigan State. Let's send it back to Kyle Crooks.
All right, thank you, Coach. DB, that Washington-Maryland score, that scares me a little bit. That's the next Husker opponent coming up.
We're on our way out there here, too, shortly, and I think Washington is actually pretty good, but how about what's going on in Hollywood?
It's amazing.
They're writing another story?
And obviously you go back to last week, that Penn State-Oregon game, the disappointment, the whiteout, chance to win a big game for James Franklin. Want to remind you, Blue Cross Blue Shield is our presenting sponsor for today's game. Huskers, like Coach mentioned, up 14-0 and a block punt for a touchdown. Emmett Johnson on a trick play from 2 yards out. Well, a big third down and goal for Michigan State. Now attacking the north end to our left at the 11-yard line near left hash. Childs, shotgun set. Brandon Tullis, the running back left. 3 receivers, wide side right. Nick Marsh is near side left. Childs takes a snap. Flags down, pumps left, looks over the middle, throws over the middle, incomplete. Flags are in. Amari Kelly was held, and that late flag came in. There was a flag after the snap as well, so there's 2 things that have to be adjudicated here.
I thought the snap was late. Were they going to get Nebraska for offside, maybe?
They might. And definitely a pass interference or defensive holding on the back end of this. But is this negating penalties, or are these both against the defense?
There are 2 fouls on the play against Nebraska. Offside, defense number 96. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense. That foul takes at the spot of the foul. It's an automatic first down.
I believe that was Sierra Wright as well on the pass interference. It was Winery who was offside. So now that sets up Michigan State first and goal now at the 6, down 14-0. It was actually Deshaun Singleton on that slant at the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Too much jersey.
So you got to watch QB run game here. I don't know if Michigan State wants to line it up and run it at Nebraska as we see them get underneath center. So you're thinking here some sort of stretch play out of the backfield or boot.
Childs under center, deep back Tullis from the 6. Snap, spin, play fake. Childs back to throw! Avalanche the punt and sacked! Elijah Judy staples him down to the earth. Another Husker sack. Back near the 16-yard line, a loss of 10.
Well, you just allowed Nebraska to sit on run, and that looked like it hurt.
That's Childs down on the turf, DB.
Yeah, that's a lot of pounds coming down on the old rib cage and back. I mean, he was smothered by a pair.
Well, this is a massive story right now. Aiden Childs in a seated position. He's calling for his teammate to help him up, but the trainers are around him after that Judy sack. Fans, Nebraska football is brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud sponsor of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. With the injury on the field, we'll step aside. 14:38 to go in the first half. 14-0 Huskers over the Spartans. This is Big Red Football.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
This is your Nebraska State Treasurer here to let you know how you can tackle college savings with Nest 529 Education Savings. Nothing opens the door to big dreams like a higher education. When your child's dreams start turning into real-world ambitions, you can be ready by enrolling in a Nest 529 account. With Nest 529, you can enjoy multiple tax benefits with a convenient, easy-to-manage account offering multiple investment options. Enroll today at nest529.com. It's the perfect game plan.
Well, as we return from break, Aiden Childs, helped up by the trainers, walking off under his own power, so he'll have to come out at least for one play. Starting quarterback for Michigan State. Nebraska leads Michigan State 14-0, 14:38 left in the second quarter. As always, score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Well, that is a storyline that we'll be covering as Childs walks his way to the bench. Perhaps that medical tent as well.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate, but when you land like that with two guys on top of you, you think either the wind, some sort of rib cage.
He's in that medical tent across the way, so he'll get looked at. The backup on the depth chart, they didn't give a depth chart, but talking to people around Michigan State, Alessio Milivojevic is their backup quarterback. We'll see who indeed takes snaps here. It's a loss of 10 on that Judy sack, second sack for the Huskers today. And it is Alessio Milivojevic from Naperville, Illinois, the redshirt freshman. Played in one game this year against Western Michigan. Has one pass attempt, 2 in his career. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, young man. And they'll go empty here. Milivojevic, empty shotgun set, 3 wide right, twins left. Second and goal from the 16. Takes the snap, back to throw. Looks left, surveys over the middle, zips one on a cross, caught by Nick Marsh, makes the grab and spears down to the 6-yard line. He was wide open over the middle. Vincent Shavers makes the tackle, so they get the yardage back from the sack, 3rd and goal. How about that? Redshirt freshman, empty backfield and sling it.
Yeah, why not? Let him hang.
First career completion for Alessio Milivojevic. 3rd and goal now from the 6. Between the hashes, the ball rests. Mekhi Frazier, right hip. 3 wide, 2 receivers, far right. Nick Marsh is in that slot to the right. Snap back, pressure comes. Milivojevic throws right, flag down, pass incomplete. Krishan McCray, the intended target. Sierra Wright was a little too handsy on the outcut at the goal line, and this will be pass interference in the end zone.
Yeah, didn't have to do it either.
Pass was too tall and wide. They're looking for Krishan McCray, who cut off his route a yard deep in the end zone.
What an interesting ebb and flow to this game.
Defense number 1. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. It's an automatic first down.
Well, it was Sierra Wright. That flag came in right away. They're going to put this at the 2. 1st and goal. Extra tight ends come in. They probably want to slam this thing in. the 16th play of this drive. 14-0 Huskers.
I get it. It's been penalty-aided, but it is self-inflicted.
Milivojevic under center, deep back Frazier. 2 tight ends right and a tight end left. Snap, turn left, handoff. Frazier worms his way up the middle near the 1. And he's swarmed. Deshaun Singleton with about 10 others there on the stop. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
What an interesting day of college football so far. I mean, you got 13 to play in the second. Michigan State hasn't scored. We were terrified of their offense. Notre Dame trailing at home. Florida's up at the Swamp. Maryland's hammering Washington. It's hard to win, Casey. It's hard to win.
Getting weirder by the week. Jay Coyne is the fullback. Deep back Frazier. Milivojevic under center. Takes a snap off a spin. Play fake. Boots right. Floats one back middle of the end zone. Jack Velling, the tight end, is wide open on the Orange Huskers end zone left. A 1-yard flip into the end zone, and Michigan State's on the board. Trail 14-6 with 12:52 for the half.
Yeah, a little eye candy. Nebraska fooled on the play action. Easy pickings for the Spartans.
14th career touchdown for the Oregon State transfer. Back-to-back weeks with a receiving touchdown for the tight end from Seattle, Washington. Martin Connington for the extra point. So on a drive where their quarterback goes down with injury in the medical tent, they go 17 plays, 75 yards, aided by penalty. And a 1-yard touchdown pass makes it 14-7. Fans get a reliable propane fuel and lubricants from Central Valley Ag for home, farm, or business. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation. We'll step aside with a break in the action. 12:52 to go in the second. It's Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent John Austin in Fairbury, Rhonda Miller in Alliance, or Stephanie Culver in Holdridge today.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraska 14-7 lead over Michigan State on homecoming. 12:52 left for the half. Let's go down to the Rob Seco sidelines. Here's Jess.
Well, Kyle, by my calculations, I believe it was around 3:18 when Emmett Johnson scored that touchdown to go up 7-0. Almost 40 minutes since the offense has been on the field. Long time sitting, but hey, they got up. Last couple of timeouts have been up trying to warm up. Dylan was throwing the ball around, doing some sprints and stretching. Offensive line was up trying to get warm, and Jalen Gramstad, TJ Lateef throwing the ball to the entire wide receiver group, trying to get them warm and get them ready to go again here.
Sideline Report brought to you by Rob Seco, an independent seed company focused on simplicity, relationships, and technology. Yeah, that offense probably doing some jogging there on that near sideline just to stay loose.
Yeah, that's a long time to be rested. We'll see what happens.
9:45 off the game clock as Martin Connington's kickoff with the wind behind him goes into the first row of seats to the end zone to our left. So enter in Dylan Raiola. And this offense, who scored their first touchdown of the day on some trickeration on a handoff for Emmett Johnson. So will be Mekhi Nelson, who will be the running back here. We thought maybe running back 2 could be Isaiah Mosey, who is also out on the field. So no Emmett Johnson to start this drive. It's the 2 youngsters, Nelson and Mosey. First and 10 from the 25. Huskers up 14-7.
This is the next set of plays that I thought Nebraska's offense had ready to go, but that seems like yesterday.
Split backs, one wide each way. Mosey motions out right. Shotgun snap, handoff. Nelson up the middle. Now swerves out left to the 30, outside the hash. Powers his way to the 36 for a Medica first down, brought down by Josh Eaton. Gain of 11 yards. You want to see more from Mekhi Nelson? Here's your chance, young pup.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys, KC, that is up in arms over Nebraska's depth in the backfield. They have to play them if they want them to get better. They're capable.
On the left hash, Husker 31. Shotgun snap to Raiola. Off play action. Back to pass. Good pocket. Now it crumbles. He'll tuck. He'll squirt loose to the 35. Slides down and gains yardage out of nothing after a gain of 2 to the 38. Jordan Hall ushers him down to the turf. That pocket was squeezing, and Dylan was able to slip free.
Yeah, that was pretty nifty.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to collapse, and he kind of meandered on through that.
We have Cortez Mills, Quinn Clark now on the field with Ja'Cory Barney. Second down and 8, Husker 38. Under 12 to play in the second. Mosey's saddled to the right of Raiola. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lindenmeyer, the tight end, flex left. Snap to Raiola, handoff Mosey, circles left, tries to cut back to his right, breaks 1 tackle and navigates inside the numbers to the 41-yard line. Alex Van Sumeren ushers him down to the ground. 3rd down and 5 now here for the Huskers. Going into that wind, that's sustained around 19 miles an hour.
And as you know, it's hard to gauge just by looking at the flags. You get a little swirl to it here in Lincoln.
3rd and 5 after a run of 3 from Mosey. It's now Emmett Johnson who checks in as the running back right. 3 receivers right. Now Dane Keene motions right to left to a Twins receiver side with Lindenmeyer. Spartans showing pressure. Snap back to Dylan. Back in 2. Looks left. Pumps. Now rolls right. Tucks and runs middle of the field. Escapes free and twisted down short of a first. At the 44-yard line, Jordan Hall was there to bring him down. Also, Anelu Lafaele was there to make the hit. Dylan thought he could get an alleyway for a first down, but he's short. For the first time, we'll see Archie Wilson. Be aware of a possible fake, too. Already seen a block punt.
Is that a full 2, Casey?
That's a full 2. At the 44, Archie Wilson. A motion out, Vincent Genentone out left. They snap it to Wilson, rolls left. He will punt it away with a left foot. High end over end punt that just dies in the wind, lands at the 30 of the Spartans and gets touched down by Jameer Khan at the 29-yard line. A 27-yard punt right into the wind for Archie Wilson. And Michigan State will start right at their own 30-yard line, trailing 14-7. Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for heavy machinery, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Visit gocurrency.com for details. So the Spartans coming off their longest drive of the season. 17 plays, 75 yards. En route to getting on the board. We'll step aside with a break in the action. Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7, 10:04 for the half. This is Big Red Football.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Adventure has its own style. It's made of tall trees, unpaved trails, and at the center, the most capable Subaru Forester yet. The 2025 Subaru Forester Wilderness. It comes with 9.2 inches of ground clearance paired with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and advanced dual-function X mode. Discover adventure on a deeper level. The 2025 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Visit Dutos Subaru, located at 2750 Jamie Lane in Lincoln, and online at dutosubaru.com. Dutos Subaru, driven by you.
Defend your network like a champ with Hamilton Business Technologies. From end zones to endpoints, our cybersecurity solutions keep your business and your data protected from online threats. We offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. You keep doing what you do best, and we will protect the rest. Hamilton Business Technologies, the official business IT partner of the Huskers. Visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Back here in Lincoln on a sunny, windy day. It's the Huskers up 14-7 here for homecoming against Michigan State. 10:04 left in the second quarter. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. This game is brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. Kyle Crooks, Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie down on our sidelines. You look towards the Michigan State huddle here, Damon. It looks like Aiden Childs is going to come back out. He was taken out and went to the medical tent on their scoring drive after taking a hit from Elijah Judy. So obviously that's a huge part of the storyline here for Michigan State. Looks like they're going to get their quarterback back in Childs. What do you want to see from this defense here on this drive?
Yeah, they got to shore up the communication on the back end. Nebraska already made another adjustment with a substitution at the safety spot. I think the corner plays will settle down here a little bit with a little more eye discipline, but not quite where you want it right now if you're coaching in the secondary.
Spartans right to left, win at their back, down a touchdown from their own 30. Tight end left, one wide each way under center. Childs, deep back, Frazier. Childs takes the snap. Hands off Frazier, bounces out left, tries to get the edge. He's surrounded, cut back right. Sierra Wright trying to flag him down. He does, swipes the ankles, brings him down for a loss of 5. Flag comes in late as Frazier's down at the 25-yard line for a loss of 5.
Yeah, hopefully they get the late hit with the push in the back.
Sierra Wright is also slow to get up, DB. Trainers run out. He had the swiping tackle of the ankles of Frazier.
Yeah, what happens with that a lot of times, Casey, is you get a foot in the sternum or the stomach. Almost always happens. It's uncanny, but hopefully it's not the shoulder.
Cade Petchock almost had him for a loss, and then Frazier cutting back to his right, and it was Sierra Wright who was able to get his ankles.
Personal foul. Legal blindside block. Offense number 66. 15-yard penalty from Paulus Foul. First down.
Yeah, way late, too. Yeah, you could see it from up here. No place to hide when you're that big and that late.
So this thing going backwards here for Michigan State. After a must-have drive to end with 6, they did so to cut the lead in half. Trailing 14-7, a double-digit underdog here on the road. The 4th Michigan State penalty. Backs them up to their own 15, 1st and 25 after that blindside block. 2 wide each way. Childs in that sunlight with Frazier saddled right hip. McCray in motion right to left. Snap to Childs, 4-man push. Steps up. Childs flips one over the middle, caught by McCray at the 20, bounces off a tackler, rummages along the hash mark. Singleton with a punishing blow, a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line. So gets a lot of that penalty yardage back, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, this turned out to be a little bit of a bugaboo for Nebraska last week, getting off the field on 3rd and what seemingly should be long. You got another crack at it this week.
Second down and 11.
It's just second down. That's why I can't figure it out, KC.
Spartan 29. 2 tight ends right, 2 receivers left. Childs out of the gun. Frazier still the running back. Snap. Childs back to throw. 4-man pressure. Zips one over the middle. Dropped by a crossing tight end. Jack Velling at the 31. Deshaun McCullough drifting back in coverage. And it will be a third down and 11.
Nebraska going back to this dime personnel.
You have Marshall, Wright, Guthrie, Buford, and Jones, along with Singleton as your 6 DBs. How many does Butler send after Childs? Third and 11, Spartan 29. 4 wide, trips bottom side left. Single back right is Brandon Tullis. Childs takes a snap. 6-man pressure. Childs rainbows near left sideline. Overthrows Rashawn McCray near the Husker 40. Sierra Wright in coverage. And it will be a Michigan State punt. So a back-breaking penalty on the drive for the Spartans.
The little things, KC. Childs talking to the white hat about being roughed up a little bit late. Whenever those things start to bother quarterbacks, there's always the hope that they at some point start seeing ghosts. A lot of conversations between Childs and the white hat.
Well, this one could be a boomer with the wind behind Ryan Eckley. Huskers blocked a punt for a touchdown in the first quarter. Snap back to Eckley. Don't come after this one. A high spiraling kick. Barney ranges to his right, collects at the 18 near right hash. To the 25, worms to the 30, 35. Sprint to 40. Barney 45 to midfield. Full left side Barney to the 40, 35, 30 along the sideline. And driven out of bounds at the 27-yard line of Michigan State. There's your big play on specials.
Yeah, you've got the block already. And now one thing that both Benny McLaughlin and I know about, KC, that's what happens when you outkick your coverage.
56 yards on the return after a 53-yard punt. How about that? Ja'Cory Barney already setting himself up as one of the best returners in Nebraska history.
Yeah, a lot of yards and a lot of real estate.
So a big return of 56 yards sets up the Huskers just outside the 25 at the Spartan 26. Up 14-7, 8:28 here for the half. Loyola will go from under center with that captaincy on his chest. Single back Johnson, 2 receivers tight right. Snap, play fake, pressure comes. Raiola's wrapped up and sacked. Unwatched Malik Spencer. I mean, he came off the right edge of that defense and nobody even looked at him. Loss of 7 yards back to the 33.
Yeah, got to be a little miscommunication there. You can't let an unimpeded rusher who's part of that original front four. You got to talk to one another pre-snap.
Lutowski was trying to have a last-ditch effort to try and stop Spencer from getting the edge. This is a Michigan State team that really struggles to get negative plays on their opponent. No sacks, no tackles for loss 2 weeks ago against USC. 2nd and 17, Spartan 33. Snap from between the hashes to Raiola. Back to pass, steps up, wrapped up, and he is sacked. Elijah Pritchett got beat. That was David Santiago, who sacks him back at the 38-yard line. A loss of 5, so it's 3rd and a country mile, 3rd and 22.
Yeah, and you're into the wind, too, so this is obviously going to affect how you want to call this third down, but a team that had struggled to get after the passer has now got back-to-back sacks.
They came in only 6 sacks as a defense. It was 15th in the Big Ten, and back-to-back plays they get after Dillon. 3rd and 22, Husker 38. Ball splits the hash marks, 4 wide, 2 each way. Huskers need the 16-yard line. Emmett Johnson saddled to the left of Raiola. Lyndon Meyer in short motion right. And it will be a right tackle. And Gunnar Gatula, who jumps early. False start.
Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
3rd Husker penalty.
You had an interesting tidbit watching warm-ups. What do you think the limit is here for a field goal attempt? Inside of 40?
We saw from this direction, 54 did go off the crossbar for Kyle Cunanan. We did see, I think it was a 45-yarder or 49-yarder that missed pretty short. So I guess it depends on the gust of wind.
I think you're thinking 12 to 15 yards here.
3rd and 27. Snap rolls back to Raiola. Just picks it up. Now rolls right, and he's smothered. Helmet comes off. They whistle the play dead back at the 40. Boos really coming down. Jalen Thompson finishes up the play on DR after a low snap from Justin Evans had to be picked up off the turf. There was no flag as he ripped the helmet off of Dylan by holding his face mask. That could have been a personal foul and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you missed that one. I mean, he got it pretty good and pretty clean. And that 40 minutes of downtime for that offense did not serve Nebraska well.
Boy, you ain't kidding. Well, first things first, good that Dylan's okay. He was wrestled down to the ground with his helmet coming off. Snap back to Archie Wilson into the wind. A high end-over-end punt that again just dies in the wind and goes out of bounds. Far side. We'll see where that far side official comes in to mark it down. Still working past the 40 to the 40, right at the 40-yard line. So that is a 17-yard punt. You're seeing that the average is going to take a hit here for Archie Wilson.
Yeah, hasn't been good so far for Nebraska in terms of actually punting the ball, but still probably have a bit of a special teams advantage with the long return, even though it was negated, and then the big block for 7.
6:04 left to the half. Nebraska 14-7 lead. Michigan State will have the football. Fans, nothing goes better with Husker sports than Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. We saw on that set, DB, back-to-back sacks, and one of them where Elijah Pritchett at that left tackle spot was very clearly beat. It's possible maybe you see a little bit of rotation coming out in the tackle spot. You don't want to overreact either, right?
Yeah, I think you got to let him play through it. I mean, deep set, obvious pass rushing situation.
Let's send it down to the Rob Seco sidelines. Here's Jess.
Well, I'll tell you guys, before that offensive series, they were working on Dylan Raiola throughout the entire defensive possession, trying to stretch out the leg. He was walking up and down, limping a little bit. He looks to be fine now, came back over to the bench a little bit frustrated. He looks to be okay, but they did spend some time working on him before he even went out there before that last offensive series.
Sideline report brought to you by Rob Seco, an independent seed company focused on simplicity, relationships, and technology. So an important update. Yeah, it was awkward the way that Dylan was spilt down to the ground. Well, again, this is a momentum drive here for this black shirt defense. And credit Michigan State, DB. I mean, this thing was trending where Nebraska was going to put up a lopsided number. And after those, the touchdown drive, the block punt for a touchdown, all the momentum, for the most part, has been on Michigan State's side.
Yeah, that it has. And again, I was hoping that Nebraska would get another opportunity to get that offense going. They appear to be in a rhythm, and then the defense gets the defensive score, and you get the long downtime for that offense. Boy, they were out of sync. But it starts up front being able to protect the passer.
You want to talk about how college football makes no sense, but they're just showing on the video board right now, 27-7, UCLA leads Penn State.
Yeah, Oregon winning twice against Penn State.
Yeah, it's like they've mentally taken them apart as well.
Just some absolutely bonkers scores in college football. Texas has less than 90 yards total offense, down 19-7 in Florida.
Fans, whatever task you're taking on in your outdoor space, all you need is Steel Battery. Mow it, trim it, clean it, clear it. From start to finish, do it all with Steel Battery. Find your local dealer at steeldealers.com. Matt Coatney will have a look around college football coming up at the half. Have a conversation with President Gold as well. Look forward to that coming up at the break. Still 6:04 left on the second quarter game clock. The Huskers a 14-7 lead. After the Huskers had an early 2-touchdown advantage, Aiden Childs, after leaving earlier in this game with injury, has returned. He's 6 of 11 for 57 yards. They have 82 total yards as a team. And back-to-back 3-and-outs to start their stay in Lincoln. Childs under center, deep back is Tullis. From the 40-yard line of the Spartans, right to left. Krishan McCray in motion left to right. Snap, put it into the gut of Tullis over left guard, navigates across the 40, clipped down at the 41-yard line. Brought down by Sierra Wright, makes another tackle from the secondary, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, really good job from a corner in the run fit. He's playing that nickel, so you got to be able to defend against the run, too. It makes it a tricky spot to play. Got to have some toughness and still be able to cover.
2nd and 9, Spartan 41. Shadows start to creep up near the middle of the field, engulfing the near hash marks. 4 wide, 2 each way. Childs with Tolis to his right. Extends the hands, takes a snap. Blitz comes. Childs lofts it deep right sideline, overshoots his man. Near the 35-yard line, Nick Marsh. In coverage, Donovan Jones. That deep ball's just not been there today for Childs.
Yeah, he's definitely off. He's picking up kind of where he left off a couple weeks ago in Big Ten play with just the 57% completion percentage, which was down significantly from where he was during the season out of conference play, and he's right at 50% today. Big one here, though.
Donovan Jones was in coverage, only targeted 1 time against Michigan. 1 of 5 on 3rd down is Michigan State from their own 41, 3rd and 9. 3 right, 1 to the left, snap to Childs, back to pass, 4-man rush, floats it right, too tall, it's intercepted on a tumble to Sean Singleton, has his 2nd career pick at the 45 of the Spartans. There's your big play for the Black Shirts.
Yeah, they have done a really good job keeping Childs contained, and the inaccuracy bug continues to plague him in conference play. By him, I mean Childs. And Singleton gets the much-needed momentum-changing turnover.
That's the first pick since Malcolm Hartzog's game-clinching interception against Cincinnati. Just 2nd interception for the Black Shirts this year.
I'd be curious to see what Nebraska does with their dime package. It hasn't been as effective as base. That'll be something I'm sure they'll want to process through.
Huskers from the Michigan State 45. 2 wide left, solo man right. Snap and a handoff for Johnson. Breaks the initial wave. Tunnels forward between the hash marks over the center to the 41-yard line. A gain of 4. Huskers lead 14-7, approaching 5 to play in the 2nd quarter. Another short field here for Nebraska. They had one after a 56-yard punt return from Ja'Cory Barney, and they just went backward.
A really interesting possession here for Nebraska on the plus side. Not really in field goal range for quite a while.
4 wide, 2 each side. Low snap to Raiola. Slings the screen right. Caught on the hash marks by Johnson. Jitterbugs inside the 40. And he rides tacklers to the 36. Marion Smith made the tackle, the former Cincinnati Bearcat. Yard shy of a 1st down at the Spartan 36-yard line.
It's hard to block those little guys in space. That might be one Spindler would want back. Tough for those big uns to get down with those little guys.
Turner Corcoran, tackle eligible, is in. Will set up to the left hip of Elijah Pritchett. 2 tight ends to that left side as well, so unbalanced heavy left. Raiola out of the gun. Johnson to his right. 3rd and 1 from the 36 of the Spartans. Snap, holds it out, handoff Johnson, and he's popped past the sticks for a 1st down. Ben Roberts makes the hit, but he does get enough for a 1st down to the 34, a gain of 2, a Medica 1st down.
Well, did you see that crease? He thought he might scoop right through that.
And if he got through that initial wave, DB, he was gone.
Yeah, really good job by Pritchett sealing. Turn the butt inside. As a running back, you always want to be in the photo. You want the camera right in the back of those offensive linemen's butts. You always want to be in the picture.
3.5 to play in the 2nd. 14-7 Nebraska from the Spartan 34, left to right. Raiola out of the gun, 3 out to the left. Snap, turn left, handoff Mosey over the center, and he's walled off. Driven back at the 32-yard line, Malcolm Bell and Wayne Matthews III converge on the stop after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. 1.9 yards per rush so far for the Huskers. 2nd and 9, Spartan 33. Ball splits the hash marks, 2 each way. Raiola out of the gun. Takes a snap with Mosey to his right. They hand it off to him. Breaks past 1, cuts left along the hash marks over the guard to the 28. Nice run for Isaiah Mosey. Broke that initial tackle, was able to drive those legs forward down to the 28-yard line at 3rd and 4. Cam Williams grinds him to a halt, and he remains on the turf.
How about this? I mean, Raiola with just the 5 pass attempts up to this point. Nebraska got 16 carries. I know you got to count the sacks as part of the carries, but Nebraska clearly trying to run the football.
And Mosey a couple of carries as well. So Cam Williams is down for the Spartans. Allows us to remind you that life doesn't come with guarantees. But working with Rob Seco comes pretty close, from full seed trait platforms to seed-driven crop inputs and field-by-field planning. With Rob Seco, you have precisely what you need to improve plant performance and increase yield. Every farm, every crop, every acre. Learn more at robseco.com. DOMO.com. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Huskers as Cam Williams pops to his feet for the Spartans. This snap will take place from the 28-yard line of Michigan State with the Huskers up a touchdown. Got to capitalize, DB, here with short field. And again, this is a tricky field goal, too, because the wind's right at your face.
Yeah, you want to probably try to get somewhere around the 20 just for a little peace of mind. That wind is playing tricks.
Huskers break huddle, 3rd and 4, Spartan 28. In that setting sunlight. 2 wide left, solo man right is Key. Barney the motion man left to right. Johnson's the single back, sidecar left of Raiola. Now shifts Johnson to his right hip. Lindenmeyer flexed off the line, right side now. Left hash snap, comes in low to Raiola. Looks right, swings it right, caught in open space. Here's Johnson to the 30 along the numbers, spins his way to the 28, and then turned back. Wayne Matthews cleans up the play for no gain. Caught it behind the line, and Johnson just could not make men miss. 4th down.
Proverbial no man's land, too. Too far for a field goal, too close for a punt. You got 4th and 4 to go. They'll be going.
Yeah, any other day, you possibly bring out Kyle Cunanan. But with a day where the wind is gusting at times near 35 miles an hour at your face, we'll have a timeout. Looks like the Huskers will keep the offense on the field after this 2-minute timeout. This 2-minute timeout presented by your local Nebraska Kubota dealers, proud sponsors of Husker football. Find a local dealer at NebraskaKubotaDealers.com. And today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Currency. Does your business need quick, easy, and secure financing for heavy machinery, trucks, trailers, or other equipment? All you need is Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. 2-minute timeout. Huskers 14, Spartans 7, 4th down and 4 on the other side. This is Big Red Football.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough.
Bring on Huskers football with new gear from Shields. From jerseys, hats, and accessories, represent your team's iconic colors at the big game. Shields is your ultimate shopping destination with knowledgeable experts and great customer service to get you fitted for your passion. Whether you love style, sports, or the great outdoors, find it at your local Shields or Shields.com. Our experts are here to make every day a win. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
Coming out of the 2-minute timeout, Nebraska has a 4th down and 4 decision coming up at the Spartan 28, leading 14-7. Fans at Noddle Companies, our roots run deep through Husker Nation, continuing to develop great places throughout our community. We're looking forward to another year of excellence and cheering on Husker football. Kyle Crooks, 2-time national champ Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie down on our sidelines. All right, DB, I'm going to give you the play sheet here. Thinking that the offense comes back out, wind at your face right now, sustained 19 miles an hour. So what's the play call in your eyes here on a 4th and medium?
So I think you go 21 personnel, which would be 2 backs, 1 tight end. But those 2 backs are some version of Mosey, Emmett, and Mackay. Your tight end, obviously, Lindenmeyer. You play catch with your 2 wideouts. You need to have some sort of motion. You know, this close inside the 30, Michigan State's playing man-to-man. So you're thinking man-to-man beaters or perimeter pass game like right now to run for the catch. Or, to catch up, to run after the catch.
Of course, you can trust the ball in the hands of DR15 with his high completion rate. Only 5 attempts for DR15 today through the air. So the offense will break huddle, 4th and 4, Spartan 28-yard line. 4 of 8 on the year on 4th down.
And Nebraska you mentioned the 1-9. It's up to 2 now. 17 for 34. Not a ton of snaps in this first half.
And yeah, that big 17-play drive from Michigan State that netted their lone touchdown. Break huddle. Hunter wide left, Barney slot left. 2 receivers near right are Lindenmeyer and Key. Single back left is Johnson from the 28 of the Spartans. Raiola shotgun set.
Yeah, man free here.
Takes the low snap, looks over the middle. Pocket crumbles. Raiola, backside pressure comes, and he's sacked. Gunnar Katula got beat. Jalen Thompson, second sack of the game, back near the 38 is where their Marcus progress stopped. And this is a team that has not gotten after the quarterback all year long. That's their third sack.
Yeah. I tell you what, offensively, you know they're playing man. You have to win now.
So a turnover on downs and a third sack allowed of Dylan Raiola. They'll put the football at the 38-yard line, and Michigan State will take over. Fans, stay healthy and active with natural chiropractic care. As you know, the chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. It is proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic. Our presenting sponsor of this game today as well, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Appreciate them and their sponsorship of the Huskers. Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7. Minute 54 to go here in the half. So your defense has found ways to get the momentum back. You've had back-to-back short fields as an offense, and you've gotten 0.
Yeah, when you get on the plus side of the 50 and your finishing drive rate is at 0, you got to go back to the drawing board.
So adjustments will be needed at the half. And again, we talked about that tackle rotation today. It has been Pritchett at left tackle, Katula at right. Katula making his first career start at right tackle. First Husker start for Elijah Pritchett. And some issues up front once again. Of course, 7 sacks 2 weeks ago against Michigan. So that's 10 sacks over the last game of change that has been allowed here. Now, big drive before the end of the half again. Try to keep it here and keep it lead going into the break.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Nebraska goes with their base personnel or they go back to their dime package. See how they want to defend this final minute 54.
Some of the numbers, Aiden Chiles, 6 of 13, 57 yards. They have 14 carries for 14 yards. Nick Marsh, the leading receiver, 3 grabs for 28. The Huskers, they've had that effort to try and run the ball, but to really no success. 18 for 24. Yeah. Also, you factor in the sacks in that as well. And only 5 pass attempts. Again, you haven't had the ball for a whole lot because of that long drive from Michigan State.
Yeah, curious to get your thoughts on a hot day with Nebraska committed to trying to be physical up front with the run game. You think that wears on Michigan State with the light numbers? They do get the ball coming out of the half. Something just to maybe ponder.
Yeah, they've had all sorts of injuries, especially at the linebacker level for Michigan State. So can they continue to hold up against the run? Well, to that point, fast start for Nebraska, 48 yards, 9 plays for a touchdown drive. That was the first drive of the game. Last 3 drives, -6, 14 total plays. Big thanks to that note from Ben McLaughlin. And it's just the momentum has turned on a dime here.
Hard to believe that with that long drive that Michigan State had, they've had the ball just 3 more minutes than Nebraska.
Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7, minute 54 left for the half. Michigan State has all 3 timeouts from their own 38 right to left. 2 receivers stacked left, 1 receiver right. Chiles out of the gun, takes a snap, will hand off to Mekhi Frazier. Sprints out right, turns the edge across the 40. Spears his way to the 41. Vincent Shavers wraps him up from behind at the ankles for a gain of 3 yards, sweeping to the right.
Yeah, Nebraska choosing to play dime here with their personnel package.
Shavers has been all over the place today for another week. 2nd and 7. Spartan 41. Ball right hash. 3 wide, slot left to tight end left. Frazier the single back right. Shotgun snap to Chiles. 4-man rush. Floats one over the middle. Too tall. Almost picked off by Shavers off the deflection. He overthrew another running back out of the backfield. It was Frazier 2 yards downfield.
Yeah, he's a little shaken, isn't he? Just hasn't been as accurate as he needs to be. But with the early pressure, he's got a little bit of the happy feet. You see his mechanics starting to waver here a little bit.
Yeah, his feet weren't set. Just sort of shot-putted that ball to Frazier.
Yeah, now it gets interesting with Nebraska having some timeouts in the bag, but going against the wind if you get a stop here.
3rd and 7. 41-yard line of the Spartans, 4 wide, 3 receivers, bottom side left. Frazier the single back right. Snap to Chiles. 4-man twisting rush. Chiles hit as he throws near left. It's intercepted. Picked off It's Deshaun Singleton again, making another second pick of the game for Deshaun, and another drive that will start in plus territory.
Yeah, remember we talked earlier about the happy feet and talking to the white hats. He hasn't been accurate. You get another turnover by Singleton. We don't even have to worry about Bob Seeger. That hole against the wind thing, you got a short field. You got to figure out a way to see if you can score some points.
You saw McCullough, Cam Lenhart had pressure. A 2-interception game sets up the ball here at the 44 in Spartan territory. 2 picks for Deshaun Singleton. Huskers up a touchdown, all 3 timeouts, minute 13 for the second. Barney motions right to left. Snap, turn, handoff for Johnson. Hammers over right tackle, inside the numbers, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. A nice gash on first down from about 6 to the 38. Malik Spencer on the tackle.
Yeah, it's easy for me up here. You want more out of that with 2 lead blockers and a chance to split that thing. But Nebraska's in good shape here.
Crowd getting restless here. All 3 timeouts. Clock continues to churn. Under 50 seconds to play. Carter Nelson, the tight end, off the line left. 3 wide, slot left. Finally, the officials let Raiola call for the snap. Nelson flexes out left in motion. Snap to DR. Tunnel screen over the middle. Nelson makes the catch, and he's surrounded and dropped to the 35. Nebraska will have to use a timeout. Jordan Hall makes the hit a yard shy of the sticks. 3rd down and 1. A gain of 3 on the screen to Nelson.
You usually don't see that long of standing over the ball while the clock's still running.
Yeah, so the clock now reads 33 seconds. There is a flag down back at the 29-yard line.
They're going to look to see if Carter Nelson was behind the line of scrimmage for ineligible man downfield.
Play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Nebraska number 51. 15-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's the even keel Justin Evans.
Yeah, when you don't get a warning and saying something to the official, you probably hit one of the George Carlin words. I don't think he appreciated standing over the ball while the clock was still running when he wanted to snap the ball.
Is that one of the 7 words from George Carlin?
That would be one of those.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Currency, a specialized online lending solution for heavy machinery, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, and other equipment. Businesses get equipment with Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. So back the football to midfield. He had a 3rd and 1 coming up.
Maybe he was just asking for an explanation on what was taking him so long to get out of the way. You think? Knowing Justin?
Yeah, sure. Jersey guy from East Orange. You got an attitude when you come from East Orange.
I'm sure he was pleasant.
3rd and 16 for midfield. So changes the math here. Nebraska didn't use a timeout. Now they use one here. That's their first of the half. So after the unsportsmanlike conduct backs up the football and another back-breaking negative play when you start on the plus side of the 50.
Exactly. The finishing drive rate for the analytics nerds is taking a huge hit today.
This is one of those games where you don't want it to be coulda, shoulda, woulda if you end up on the wrong side of the scoreboard. There's going to be a lot of things to point to.
You're trending in that territory. Fortunately, you get the ball at the half.
And here, field goal range, I mean, you have to really probably get it near the 20 to be in comfortable range. The wind is right at your face here. Raiola's out of the gun. Ball at midfield, 3rd and 16. 33 seconds, 2 timeouts for Nebraska left. 2 wide each way. Barney in orbit motion right to left. Snap to Raiola. Zips a screen right. Caught behind the line. Johnson navigates the numbers. Breaks off the initial wave and dives along the sideline to the 42. Clock continues to churn. Jalen Thompson on the tackle. 20 seconds to go. Clock is still moving here. If you're Michigan State, do you take a timeout here because you want to force them to make a decision? As we go back to 2 weeks ago when Michigan was in this building, you want to at least force a decision here, not wait till 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah, you know, for a team that scored 14 points and 7 of them on the punt block, the first 7 were on the first drive. Nebraska's average starting field position is the 47-yard line, KC.
And just 7 points from your offense.
That's an incredible statistic.
Can't have it. And I'm sure Coach Rule will echo that sentiment at the half. Matt Coatney comes up at the half with a look around college football, chat with President Gold. Get you set up for the second half. Both teams looking for their first Big Ten win, identical 3-1 records. 4th and 8, ball at the 42 right hash of the Spartans. Archie Wilson back to punt. Amari Kelly back deep. A little rollout to the left off the snap. Little pooch punt near right. Lands down at the 13-yard line. Into the wind. Archie Wilson boots that out of play exactly at the 12 for a 45-yard boot. 5 seconds left.
I was hoping a little more time would run off the clock so Nebraska could run a fake without it really killing them and have one more chance at it before the half.
Respect here, just a knee from Aiden Childs. And credit to Michigan State, where they fought back in this game, but also Nebraska. They've made momentum-changing plays defensively. They've had a couple of picks from Deshaun Singleton, a couple of sacks in the half.
Yeah. Nebraska's got to stay out of obvious passing situations here in the second half. And your water is wet, newsflash.
Aiden Childs takes a knee. Final seconds tick away. And that'll send both teams to the locker room. Frustrating to say the least, but all in all, Nebraska has a lead going into half. Our score at the break, Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7. Matt Coatney anchors our halftime coverage, which begins after this on the Huskers Radio Network.
On the Huskers Radio Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series. Built Ford Tough.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Nebraska Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey Huskers, what would you do with up to $75K to upgrade your irrigation game? Automate that tough corner of your farm, add remote monitoring, or finally swap out that old pivot? Valley Irrigation just kicked off a bold $100,000 grant backing growers with real plays. 2 big awards, 1 chance to turn your irrigation challenge into a game-winning drive. See the playbook at valleyirrigation.com/Huskers. Just log in and grab an instant $50 Valley Parts or Service voucher. Here's the snap, valleyirrigation.com/Huskers.
This is Big Red Football.
Nebraska football fans know what it takes to be the best. You've got to handle the heat, power through the cold, read the pressure. Same goes for the techs at John Henry's. They're trusted to perform when it's all on the line. When winter's driving hard and your furnace fumbles. When your thermostat is in the red zone. When the power goes out before the final whistle. Make the easy call.
Call 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series. Built Ford Tough.
This is your Nebraska State Treasurer here to let you know how you can tackle college savings with Nest 529 Education Savings. Nothing opens the door to big dreams like a higher education. When your child's dreams start turning into real-world ambitions, you can be ready by enrolling in a Nest 529 account. With Nest 529, you can enjoy multiple tax benefits with a convenient, easy-to-manage account offering multiple investment options. Enroll today at nest529.com. It's the perfect game plan.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. I'm Matt Coatney, and welcome back to the President's Halftime Show. With University of Nebraska President Jeff Gold, we'll be catching up each week on what's happening across University with President Gold, and it's homecoming. I always love homecoming. What are your thoughts about homecoming today?
Well, Matt, I love homecoming also. You know, the campus is just buzzing with alumni and our students and their families. You know, we have so many legacies on the campus for them to bring their parents and even their grandparents here. I was just with a group of former band players. You know, it's just absolutely electric. We had a tailgate today with a lot of the homecoming crew and 600 of our closest friends. Just game.
Oh, and speaking of homecoming weekend, this wasn't here in Lincoln, but I have to imagine that you were pretty excited with Husker Volleyball's demolition of Penn State last night.
Yeah, demolition is the word. You know, it seemed to me like it was over at the end of the first set. And, you know, kudos to Danny Busboom Kelly as our, you know, newly minted coach. But, you know, to the team, you know, demolition was absolutely the word. You know, I can tell you, everybody's telling me if we can continue to play like that, season's over. I'm booking my hotel and my train fare. I'm good.
Very good. President Gold, Nebraska is known for its strong public education system, obviously, from early childhood through college. I wonder if you could talk about the partnerships the University of Nebraska has with K through 12 schools and other higher institutions across the state.
Well, it's so important, Matt, to be able to have meaningful partnerships. And by that I mean what we call articulation agreements, which means that's a fancy word for a student can transfer from one college to another, from a community college to the university. They can take credits at another university and apply those credits to a degree here. And then, of course, we have all the dual enrollment programs, hundreds, thousands of students who are in high school taking college courses that can apply to their major. You know, that's what it's going to take to continue to build the workforce in Nebraska and to make us much more successful in higher education.
This is the President Gold Halftime Show. Matt Coatney with you. President Gold, one of your university-wide institutes is focused on early childhood education. Maybe you could tell us about how the university contributes to support young children and families.
So I think you're referring to the Buffett Early Childhood Institute, which was created over a decade ago and has been just spectacularly successful. You know, there's an old saying that everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten. There's probably a lot of truth to that about dealing with other people, sharing toys in the sandbox, and not knocking over somebody else's building blocks. I think there are really powerful lessons there. But, perhaps somewhat more seriously, in this day and age, pre-K really sets the stage for what's going to happen in the first grades and what happens in high school. And from there, it's all about college, grad school, and more.
I have a lot of experience with teachers. One of my kids, my son Ben, he learned to be a teacher here at the University of Nebraska. Can you talk to us about the University of Nebraska, how they educate teachers who then teach our kids, grandkids, neighbors, especially with the current teacher shortage? I know the university plays an important role in production of workforce of educators.
Well, in many ways, Matt, the teachers are the heroes of our community. And I'm so proud to say that we have 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 world-class colleges of education, one here in Lincoln, one in Kearney, and one in Omaha. And we not only produce the K-12 teachers, we ultimately produce the administrative staff. We even produce the coaches and so much more, and it's just such an honor. Depending on the community, I would say at least half of the teachers are our graduates. I guarantee you, if we were to talk to the fans here at Memorial Stadium, every single one of these families has had experience with a teacher as a graduate of our university.
It sounds to me like the teachers coming from the University of Nebraska have a real significant impact on our state's workforce and economy.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about workforce. We talk about, we don't teach people what to think, but we teach them how to think. And that's where the education that our teachers and our school administrators gain here, I'm just so proud of them, because in many ways they are overworked, underpaid. They rarely get the gratitude that they deserve. And I can just tell you, we care, and I personally care deeply. I've got kids, and I've actually got grandkids that are benefiting from really quality education programs, and we don't take that for granted.
I've enjoyed talking with you. This has been a lot of fun. Stay cool if you can out there, and let's get the win here in the second half.
Yeah, go Big Red.
There's President Gold. I'm Matt Coatney. We're at the half. 14-7, the Huskers lead Michigan State. I'll have more halftime activities, and we return in a few moments.
For Pioneer Seed Corn.
100 years ago, one seed changed everything. In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn, the one that started it all, the one that still turns heads, and the one that grows the future. This year, we celebrate a century of innovation, one big milestone made possible by one moment, one farmer, 100 seasons. See how it all began at pioneer.com/100.
Nebraska companies know that treating people like family is good business. At Medica, protecting families is our specialty. We care for your employees by offering affordable health plans with the benefits they need and the local doctors they trust. And we treat everyone on your team as a person, not a number. After all, that's how you do business too. With Medica, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Find out more at medica.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Here at Boot Barn, our objective is to build the perfect boot. We do take our time ensuring that every step is done correctly. For a boot to last you for a lifetime, you've got to properly build the boots. Hand craftsmanship is, in my opinion, the only way you're going to achieve that. We handcraft our boots. 160 people take a boot from start to finish. We have skilled artisans at every stage of the game. We've been handcrafting boots since the beginning here at Boot Barn, and we'll continue to do so.
Well, now Eckley is inside his own 15. Barney at the Husker 30. Snap back to Eckley. It's blocked. Cobb blocked it. It's picked up. Carter Nelson. Touchdown Huskers. They came right at it. Nelson picked it up. 13-0 Scarlet and the cream.
Carter Nelson, the former Ainsworth Bulldog, after that punt block of the Huskers lead at 14-7 at the half. And welcome back to the Greg Sharp radio booth. I'm Matt Coatney. Time now for a scoreboard update brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. UCLA upsetting number 7 Penn State 27-21, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Maryland blowing out Washington 20-0, 10:40 to go in the third. Northwestern leads UL Monroe 25-7. They're midway through the third. Our AGCO halftime stats: Turf, Ag, and Turf of Columbus, Falls City, and Osmond, your full-line Massey Ferguson and Fett dealer, proud supporters of the Huskers and Nebraska farmers since 1975. It's been an interesting first half. Dylan Raiola only 7 passing attempts, 5 for 7 for just 24 yards. The Huskers just 54 total yards, 84 for Michigan State. A little bit of a rock fight after a lot of points early on in the game. 2 interceptions for Deshaun Singleton were the really big numbers in the first half. Hey, Husker fans love action, but gambling action, sometimes that doesn't agree with you. Get free help and real hope through the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program at gamblingdisagreeswithyou.com. We'll have Jessica Cootie with her halftime interview with Matt Rule when he comes out of the locker room in just a few moments. But let's take a look at some other stats in the game. Emma Johnson, 7 carries for 29 yards. Overall, Nebraska, 19 carries for 30 yards. But a lot of that has to do with the losses the team has had with 3 big sacks. The Huskers have given up 10 sacks over the last game and a half. That's not great. Aiden Childs from Michigan State, 6 of 15 through the air, 57 yards. Frazier, 8 attempts, 24 yards in terms of rushing. The defenses are winning here today, and it has been 2 sacks by Nebraska. Elijah Judy with a massive sack of Childs that forced him out of the game. Javen Wright and Williams Ranieri also have half a sack apiece. This game has kind of really been told by a 17-play, 75-yard drive by Michigan State that kept Nebraska's offense off the field for a significant period of time. And when the offense came back out, they went 3 and out and went completely backwards. So Nebraska in the first half, time of possession, just 14 minutes for the Huskers, 16 for Michigan State. It's not been a clean game. Both teams have committed 4 penalties apiece. Nebraska 4 for 29. Michigan State 4 for 35. Michigan State's only 1 of 7 on third down conversions. The Huskers are 3 out of 7. Just 26 plays for Nebraska in the first half. So you hope here in the second half Nebraska can contend with the wind. And the wind has been a problem here today. You look in the north end zone, the goalpost has been shaking throughout most of this game. It's affected the punting. Archie Wilson has gotten off a couple of punts into the wind, just a 30-yarder for his long one. He had one that was less than 20 yards. It is a tricky wind up there today. 14-7, Nebraska leads Michigan State at the half. We are awaiting Coach Matt Rule for when he comes out. Jessica Cootie will have him for the exclusive interview with the coach. Today's Fast Facts are brought to you by Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. For a chance to unlock exclusive Husker appearances, visit huskers.com/allo. Here's Jessica Cootie.
All right, Coach, outside that one drive, how'd you like the way your defense played there in the first half?
Yeah, defense played great. You know, we gave up the quarterback made a nice play, got him on the other side of the field, but defense is really playing well.
How do you get your offense rolling again here?
Well, we got out of rhythm. We scored that first drive and then just kind of sat for a long time. Just got to stack some plays together, get a little confidence.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, this halftime chat with Coach Rule is brought to you by Channel. Channel, all in, all season. We're back with second half action coming up after this.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The color red means something to us. It means tough,
ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Closing in on the start of the second half, Nebraska 14-7 lead over Michigan State. And on homecoming, Kyle Crooks, Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie, DB, I guess the word to describe this game so far has been weird.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. You look at the numbers, they don't make any sense. You pit it against the time of possession. And it doesn't feel like a game where if you make one more play, you're in a good spot, but here we are, just a one-possession game. Good thing the offense gets the ball.
And you look at the Huskers defensively, they've had a couple of interceptions from Deshaun Singleton. They've been set up on the plus side of the 50, but have not been able to do anything with it. They hopped out to an early 14-0 lead. And for the Spartans, they were able to climb back after one of their longest drives of the season to cut the lead in half, and that's where we sit. 14-7. All right, Damon, your keys here to the second half.
Yeah, so I think right away, understand the field position and the direction you're going. Michigan State, they saved the ball for the fourth quarter. I don't think so. I think they're going to want to take the win now, but we'll see. So if you're Nebraska and you have to go into the win in the third quarter, win it. Win the third quarter. Put yourself in position in the fourth.
Yeah, make things a lot easier when you have it at your back in the fourth quarter. The Huskers will receive here to begin second half.
Are you surprised Michigan State wants the win in the third?
What's that?
Are you surprised Michigan State wants the win in the third?
Yes.
I am too.
I mean, if you look at it too, you're also thinking that if you're Michigan State, you might be coming from behind in that fourth quarter. I think there is a little bit of surprise to that.
Yeah, and you haven't thrown the ball well with the win. He's sailed a few, but he's got to settle down if you're a Spartans fan. He's seen ghosts a little bit from the early hits. I told you the one thing to keep an eye on was how much of the conversation he was having with the White Hats. When you're dialed in, you don't do that a ton.
Well, I'll tell you what, a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Oh, that's a spirit breaker.
Go a long way.
That's a spirit breaker.
Martin Connington, with the wind at his back, having issues putting the ball on the tee and having it stay there. Isaiah Mosey's at the goal line to our left. Kenneth Williams stands about 10 yards in front of him on the far hash of the 10. Connington, 5-yard run-up, high end-over-end boot. And just like all the kicks in that direction, past the end zone for a touchback. All right, here we go. First and 10 at the 25. What has been a lackluster after that 9-play drive in which ended in a Emmett Johnson 2-yard touchdown run. It has been flat.
As much as you and I are trying to parse through the halftime statistics, you look around, it's 17-14 in Tuscaloosa. Penn State's down 13 in Hollywood. It's 20-0 in Maryland.
From the 25 of the Huskers, left to right. Left hash snap, screen left. Caught by Isaiah Hunter. Worms his way up the numbers. Spins forward. Legs his way for a Medica first across the 35. Malik Spencer makes the tackle at the 39. Gain of 14 on the quick screen to the left side.
It's nice to hear my pick-to-clicks name called. But I got the tip from old Benny Mack, so we'll be in the cahoots together.
It was actually Isaac Smith on the tackle. Malik Spencer got a nice block downfield from Luke Lindenmeyer to spring Hunter free. Ball at the 39 of the Huskers. 2 wide each way. Lindenmeyer in motion left to right. Snap. They hand it towards Emmett Johnson. Sledgehammers over left guard. Grady Kelly tears him back at the 42. Give him 3 yards on first down. Try to find a way to get some sort of consistency on the ground in this half.
Yeah, and another Spartan at least slow getting up. Like, will this add up over time?
I'm telling you what, they're one of the more beaten and battered groups in the Big Ten. Michigan State defensively with injury. 2nd and 7 at the 42 of the Huskers. Snap to Raiola, handoff up the middle. Johnson stops, slams the break, cuts left, and swarmed at the 46. Gets a few more yards. 3rd and 5, Jordan Hall on the tackle.
When you're watching this with the naked eye, do you get the sense that Nebraska's had one more offensive play than Michigan State?
No,
it doesn't seem like that, does it?
The stats, I mean, you look at it, neither team is over 100 total yards in the first half of action. Officially a 3rd and 4 at the 46, far left hash. 2 wide right, solo man left. On 3rd down, the Huskers 3 of 7. Johnson, sidecar left.
Man free again. Get the ball out of your hands quickly.
Underhand shovels batted down. It was a setup on an underhand screen to Johnson. They let Cam Williams come in scot-free. Nobody touched him. There's an injured Spartan down at midfield. And then that underhand shovel was batted down by the free rusher.
Yeah, I think he was just improvising. That's one of those where you just pump fake and see if you can get it to him on the screen.
Again, another Spartan down. Aiden West, the freshman corner. Ready have not had their safety, Nakai Martinez, who was unavailable to play today with injury. Their nickelback, Ade Willie's been out. You got the initial first down here, and now you're going to be forced to punt. 4th and 3.
Yeah, Nebraska doesn't think about this too long, do they? You punt this ball away. Now, Archie hasn't been good into the wind thus far. You almost want to tell him to just hit this one. They've tried to be a little cute with it. See if you can't drive this one into the wind.
Nebraska football is brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud sponsor of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Aiden West slowly peels himself off the deck here. So the thoughts of the opening drive touchdown in this half, aside from maybe a fake here on this punt, looks like it ain't going to happen.
Oh, you got to win the half and wait till you get the win.
So Archie Wilson will come out. Fourth punt for Nebraska offensively. Omari Kelly's back at the 20. Archie had 2 boots of over 50 last week. 2 weeks ago, after the bye. Oh, they snap it to the up man, sprinting up the middle. It's Harburg, lunges the football. Was he short? They say he is. The far side official has him short at the 48. They tried to fake it, and Michigan State made the tackle on Harburg, and it will be a 1st and 10 near midfield. It was Darius Snow made the tackle on specials.
Let me ask you again. Do you think about this?
Well, they went for the
that
fake.
Is a gutsy call.
I mean, that's the time to do it right near midfield. The wind issues with punts. You want to spark. I don't hate the call at all. I really don't. Sometimes it comes down to execution.
Defensively, you feel like you played well, but now that you're on the plus side, Sparty's got a chance to go to work.
14-7 Nebraska, 13:08 to go on the 3rd. Ball at the 48 of the Huskers, got to dig deep. 3 wide, slot left, single back Frazier. Michael Masunas, the tight end, in motion to the right. Snap handoff, Frazier, bounces left, wrapped up. Williams Nwaneri got him at the knees, over left end, and brought down at the line of scrimmage at the 49 of the Huskers, no gain. Nwaneri came a long way for that tackle on Frazier. Both teams have struggled to get anything going on the ground. 15 yards on the ground for the Spartans. 2nd and 10, Husker 48, right to left. Giles under center, deep back Frazier. 3 wide, 2 out to the left. McCray in motion to the right. Snap handoff, Frazier again tries to find a cutback lane. Nothing doing over center. Vincent Shavers pops him for a loss of 2 at midfield. Again, the defense continues to make plays.
Yep, they bring their dime package in, and here we go with a 3rd and long here for the Husker defense.
Jones, Marshall at the corners, right at the nickel. Safeties Buford You have Singleton and Guthrie. That 6 DB package, 3rd and 12 from midfield. Childs out of the gun, Frazier sidecar left. 4 wide, 3 receivers far right. Low snap to Childs, 4-man stunt up front. Good pocket, Childs has all day. Now flushed out to his left, dumps it wide left at midfield. Frazier makes the catch, spins to his right, and he's popped down from behind. Cam Lenhart makes the tackle at the 44, a bailout throw. Nets Michigan State 6 yards, and it's now 4th and 6.
A little bit of no man's land here for Michigan State. I think they go.
This year on 4th down, 3 of 6.
Boy, another gutsy call here. You can wipe the fake punt off the board here with a stop.
Well, what has Nebraska done with good field position?
Yeah.
They haven't done a whole lot, so you might as well. 14-7 Huskers. Early in the 3rd, out of the gun, Childs from the 44 near left hash. 2 wide right, solo man left. Childs claps for it, blitz comes, it's picked up. Childs steps up, he'll run left, 45 along the numbers, 40, spins his way to the 34. Dragged down by Javen Wright. 1st down to the 34-yard line. A run of 10 from Aiden Childs.
Yeah, just the escapability. You collapse the pocket, and you let him step up and get through the crease. Boy, I tell you, that is a gut punch.
1st and 10 at the Husker 34. 10.5 to play in the 3rd. Huskers up 14-7. Childs under center. Toss sweep right. On the edge, Brandon Tolis can't turn the corner. Javen Wright makes the tackle on the numbers for a loss of a yard. Back to the 36. He'll lose 2. 2nd and 12.
Well, they're continuing to win on 1st down, but they are playing with fire, not being able to extend this lead.
Well, it sounds similar to the Michigan game. Remember that long 16-play drive the Wolverines had? Nebraska won on 1st and 2nd down, but lost on 3rd down.
Yep, good point.
2nd and 12, Spartan, or should say Husker 36. Childs out of the gun. Spread it out with 5 wide, 3 receivers near left. Nick Marsh, the top target, wide right. Right hash snap, 4-man push. Childs steps up, tucks and runs, 35, slams the brakes, bobs and weaves up the hash marks and spins his way. Inventive run to the 29 on a spin.
And he's tentative, too. You got to make him pay the price for not wanting to put his foot in the ground. Again, another extremely important 3rd down. They're well within field goal range here, though.
Deshaun Singleton was able to finally usher him down to the turf. 3rd and 5, Husker 29. 1 of 8 on 3rd down is Michigan State. Trips near left, Marsh tight right. Jack Velling, the tight end, motions in line left. Childs takes a shotgun snap, keeps it on the zone read, middle of the field, 30, 25 along the hash marks left. Javen Wright swings him down at the 22, another Michigan State 1st down. Gain of 7 yards. Little RPO, and the whole defense was going the opposite way.
Yeah, they hold you, get you playing on your heels a little bit, and he's right out the back gate.
So move the sticks again, like DB mentioned, with the fresh set here, moving with the wind at their back. They're comfortable, at least field goal range, but they want to try and tie this up. Nebraska 14, Michigan State 7, 8.5 3rd quarter. And the Husker 22. Childs under center, deep back in his straight eye is Tullis. Snap, they give towards Tullis, bounces off his back foot, navigates over the center. Willis McGahee wraps him up the waist in a crowd and peels him down at the 17, gain of 5.
Didn't seem like it, did it? Felt like you fit that better than the end result. And here you are, 2nd and 5.
Ran right at Keona Davis. Riley Van Poppel was right over the nose. 9th play of this drive coming up. 2nd and 5, Huskers 17. Childs quickly breaks out of the huddle from under center. Deep back Frazier, they hand it to him up the middle. Stutter steps, met chest to chest. And a rip down by Vincent Shavers at the 18-yard line, a loss of a yard. Kind of a head-scratching play call to me.
Yeah, a little bit interesting. You got to be thinking they're thinking 4 downs here, right, with that play call?
When they went right into the nose of a heavy front. Lost a yard, 3rd and 6. Crowd's doing their part in this 407th consecutive sellout. Michigan State breaks huddle. Ball near left hash of the 18. Trips wide side right. Single back right is Frazier. A tight end left. Childs takes the chest high snap. Zone read handoff. Frazier sweeps left on the numbers at the 20. Dragged down. Short of a first down at the 16. He'll gain 2 on the sweeping run to the near left. Williams-Winery stretches out the play. Interesting call here, DB.
Yeah, they'll go, but Shavers does a good job getting there after being held. I mean, that's right at the point of attack. He does a good job not complaining. Another critical down here, but aren't they all in a game like this?
Another momentum play for this defense. 2 of 2 on 4th are the Spartans from the Huskers 16. Huskers lead 14-7. Trips in a triangle right. Nick Marsh, tight near left. Shotgun snap to Childs. Free rusher comes. Childs zigzags out to his left. Will run at the 20, 15. Moves to his right at the 10. Breaks loose into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. Aiden Childs pulls a Houdini act. Swerving in the pocket, curling to the near left, escaping Dasan McCullough, got outside to the 20, then broke a tackle of Shavers at the 10 and ran the rest of the way. And now the Spartans a point after away from tying the game at 14.
Yeah, just a little too sticky up front. Got to get off blocks. You allow a guy like Childs to escape like that, and it's bound to happen at some point. Just too good of a runner with the ball under his arms.
That's a team best now, 3rd rushing touchdown for Aiden Childs this year. Snap back. Martin Connington's extra point is up and good. 11 plays, 48 yards in 7 minutes of game time. It's 6:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14 unanswered from Michigan State, and we're now all even at 14 apiece. Life doesn't come with guarantees, but working with Rob Seco comes pretty close. From full seed trait platforms to seed-driven crop inputs and field-by-field planning. With Rob Seco, you have precisely what you need to improve plant performance and increase yield. Every farm, every crop, every acre. Learn more at robseco.com. All even at 14, 6:08 in the 3rd. This is Big Red Football.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned 3rd-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
This fall, be ready for every tailgate, touchdown, and adventure in a perfect car, truck, or SUV from Sid Dillon Chevrolet. Visit us in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo and shop Nebraska's #1 volume Chevy dealer group. We're also your Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, offering medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Visit us at SidDillonChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
16 yards on the touchdown run for Aiden Childs as even this scored 14 apiece. Nebraska and Michigan State, 6:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. The score update brought to you by Notto Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Now let's send it down to the Rob Seco sidelines. Here's Jess.
Well, guys, just a frustrated defensive coordinator, John Butler, said, get him on the ground. He's sick of it. So, again, just challenging his guys. Not good enough, not up to the standard. And on the offensive side of the ball, they really need to get something going. Just not loving the body language, so need to see something positive happen here to get this thing going.
That sideline report brought to you by Rob Seco, an independent seed company focused on simplicity, relationships, and technology. You got to get the energy, the spark from somewhere, DB.
Yeah, and you can't really wait till you get the win. I think you have to get back to trying to be aggressive in terms of your philosophy on offense.
Not been able to get anything going in the run game or the pass game, for that matter. Credit Michigan State. Injured throughout their defense and come to play today. Martin Connington's kickoff into 35 from right to left with the win. Again, will sail through the end zone over the head of Isaiah Mosey. Another shot for DR, and this offense will start at their own 25, tied at 14 and 6:08 now for the third.
Big drive, right? I mean, this is a huge opportunity to make a statement in terms of how you think this game can go.
Take a look at the offensive line. Remains the same. Right tackle, Gunnar Gatula. Right guard, Rocco Spindler. Evans, the center. Letowski, the left guard. Pritchett is the left tackle. The 25 left to right. 3 wide, 2 out to the left. Barney in the slot left. Mosey's the single back. Snap off play action. Raiola back to pass. Slings one over the middle. It's intercepted. Throw right to the chest of Jordan Hall, who falls down at the 38-yard line. That's only the second pick that Raiola's thrown all year, and that thing was room service into the chest of Hall, looking for an Isaiah Hunter.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him underneath, and boy, they don't get any easier than that one for a defender.
Yeah, Hunter was well covered. I'm not sure he was trying to lead Hunter, who was blanketed, and then threw it right to Hall, who was sitting back in zone coverage. Boy, so again, this continues to trend in the wrong direction. Official attendance today, 86,496, presented by NDOT. Using your seatbelt saves lives and prevents injuries only if it's properly worn. Make it click. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Michigan State trying to take their first lead. Another short field from the 38 of the Huskers. 6:01 for the third. Childs under center, deep back Frazier. Snap, play fake, boots right. Childs looks downfield, guns one right, numbers, leaping catch. Nick Marsh makes a tumbling grab of the 26. There in coverage for the Huskers, Andrew Marshall. Move the sticks. Gain of 13. Now you're starting to see a little bit more confidence here for Aiden Childs, the junior quarterback.
Yeah, letting him settle in here a little bit. Good pitch and catch right there. That one was on the money.
5.5 now for the third, tied at 14. 1st and 10, Husker 25. Childs under center, deep back Frazier. A tight end, 2 tight ends right side of the line. Snap and a play fake. Childs back to pass. Pats the feet, lofts one near left side inside the 10. Overthrows Amari Kelly. Sierra Wright in coverage near the 8. 2nd and 10. Kelly was crossing from right to left.
Boy, Nebraska continuing to shuttle in D linemen, trying to stay fresh. Will it pay dividends in the fourth quarter?
Judy, who comes on for this snap. Elijah Judy will play the nose. Davis and Linhart to either side. McCullough at the jack. 2nd and 10. Husker 25. Again, Childs under center. Deep back Brendan Tullis. Snap, toss, sweep left. Here's Tullis, tries to get the edge and can't. McCullough stretches out the play back near the 30-yard line. A loss of 5. That toss sweep has done them nothing in this game.
Yeah, now, stop me if we've heard this before. Another big 3rd down. And here's the deal, Casey. It's 3rd and long.
And again, that makes it about a 48-yarder if they don't gain any yardage after that toss sweep.
Definitely a different mindset here, kicking a field goal for the lead with the win than to be down 4.
Yeah, they're in field goal range right now for Martin Connington, whose long is 50. 3rd and 15, Husker 30. 3 receivers, wide side right. Jack Velling, the tight end, tight left. Childs with Frazier to his left. Takes a snap, draw play, Frazier up the middle. Angles out right, 30 to the 25, 20. Spins forward and dragged down by Deshaun Singleton. A yard shy of the first to the 16-yard line. 4th and 1, but now that creates more possibilities here for the Spartans.
Unbelievable. They'll go. I mean, they feel the momentum. You have a chance to seemingly playing against the team right now that has 77 total yards offense. Dare I say take control with 4 minutes to go in the third?
Well within field goal range to take their first lead. They keep the offense on the field. 4th and 1 at the 16 far right hash. Dawson, Merritt, Cam Lenhart come in.
You got to be thinking QB run game. I think Michigan State wants to talk about this one.
They'll use the first of their 3 second half timeouts.
Team timeout.
Another big play coming up. Well, they're a perfect 3 of 3 on 4th. And we have a timeout on the field. Mind you that at Notto Companies, our roots run deep through Husker Nation, continuing to develop great places throughout our community. Looking forward to another year of excellence in cheering on Husker football. Tied at 14, 3:45 to go in the third. A massive 4th and 1 coming up from the Huskers 16 after this on the Huskers Radio Network.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-less corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with Power Corn-less corn. And other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Brent Rucco, Pete Vols, or George Florum in North Platte today.
At Channel, we always show up for our farmers. Is that tar spot or rust?
Incoming!
Definitely rust.
Rick, how did you?
Dropping in to check on your crop, Bill. Let's call your agronomist before that rust can hurt your yield.
That sounds great, but when did you learn to skydive?
Self-taught, Bill. Kind of a prodigy. From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed Pros always show up. Visit channel.com to learn more. Channel. All in, all season. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Big 4th and 1 coming up. Tied at 14, Nebraska and Michigan State. Here, homecoming, 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Looks like the offense for Michigan State is going to stay on the field to try and extend this drive. They do bring a field goal unit out. They do have some guys hovering in that field goal unit, but you would have to think, DB, is 4th and 1. Do you just stick with Aiden Childs here and have him get it on his own?
I kicked the field goal. I mean, I know they want to bait Nebraska into getting their defense off the field to go for it, but I take the lead. Offense has 77 total yards.
From a momentum standpoint, that means something, but the kicker runs off the field, and they will huddle up from the Huskers 16. 4th and 1. Far right hash, Judy and Van Poppel right at the ball. Laneri McCullough also near the line. Deep back is Frazier. Childs under center, one wide each way, a tight end each side of the line. Childs barking commands, puts his hands by his helmet, calling out an audible. Takes the snap, toss sweep right. Frazier turns the edge, spears his way inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Deshaun Singleton makes the tackle. They make me eat my words on the toss sweep game, which has been an issue. As Deshaun Singleton, who made the hit, he remains down on the field. He pops up quickly. He's really hurting right now. Bending run. Boy, Frazier really leveled a blow on Deshaun Singleton.
Yeah, really physical downhill toss game run. Singleton met it. That's what you want your safety to do, get down into the box. Frazier's a load.
Gain of 3 yards on that sweeping run. Reminder, our presenting sponsor for this game today is Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We appreciate their support of Husker football. Also, Pioneer is proud to partner with Iowa and Nebraska for the Pioneer Heroes game to recognize and celebrate local heroes. Nominate your hero today at huskers.com/hero. Well, Deshaun Singleton, the trainer on either hip. Coach Rule also out there with the headset on. He walks off under his own power. He really did take a punishing blow from Frazier.
Yeah. Mama, don't let your baby grow up to be a safety.
Whew. Well, can you bend but not break here?
Yeah, you've got to be thinking three-point attempt here. Wind, no wind. The offense has not gotten in a rhythm since the 40-minute real-life time break. haven't been the same since.
Well, Damon, you made that point. They get the win at their back in the fourth quarter. You got to hope that makes a difference. Under 3.5 to play in the third. From the 13 far right hash. 2 tight left, single man right. Childs under center, deep back Frazier. Snap on a play fake. Childs boots left, flips the hips, dumps one left, backpedaling catch. Amari Kelly navigates the sideline. They'll say he stepped out at the 4-yard line. Andrew Marshall was able to get him to the sideline paint. He still broke out of a tackle converging with 2 Huskers and ran to the end zone, but he stepped out.
Does that make that 2nd and 1? They can still get a first down, which would be at what, the 3 maybe?
Yeah, 3-yard line. Deshaun Singleton, meanwhile, was in that medical tent on the Husker sideline. Gabe Moore, David Huffkin, who we've seen more of today, come in. 2nd and 1 now from the 4. This is the 7th play of this drive. Childs under center. Is this a second Michigan State timeout?
Yeah, very interesting. You leave yourself 1.
Michigan State.
Wow, heading to the south in the fourth quarter. Let's hope that looms large.
So 2nd of 3 timeouts here for Jonathan Smith taken. Fans, nothing goes better with Husker sports than Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. 2:39 in the third quarter, tied at 14. 2nd and 1 from the Husker 4 coming up after this. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at FNBO.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Defend your network like a champ with Hamilton Business Technologies. From end zones to endpoints, our cybersecurity solutions keep your business and your data protected from online threats. We offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. You keep doing what you do best, and we will protect the rest. Hamilton Business Technologies, the official business IT partner of the Huskers. Visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The LX series is part of the #1 selling compact tractor lineup in the U.S., built with premium features and the comfort and versatility to make your land your own. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $5,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Experience the Kubota difference. Visit NebraskaKubotaDealers.com or visit Kubota of Omaha in Omaha or Rush Kubota in West Point.
Defense try to make a play. Tied at 14. Michigan has it 2nd and 1 from the Husker 4. Can pick up a first down at the 3. Kyle Crooks, Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie down on the sidelines. Can this defense find a way to hold Michigan State to 3? Spartans looking for their first lead today. We're down at 1 point, 14-0 in the first quarter. Childs under center. Straight eye, deep back is Frazier. Childs takes a snap. Quarterback sneak. And boy, he's in standing up. He went right through the zipper of the defense and in standing up on a quarterback sneak to take the lead is Aiden Childs. Touchdown, Michigan State. It's now 20-14 with 2:37 to go in the third.
Boy, you won't see that very often from the 4. And he goes in, not untouched, but certainly untackled.
Yeah, in standing up on a quarterback sneak. So with that, Michigan State has the lead, and the Huskers now have to play from behind for a second consecutive game. Martin Connington off for the point after. Snap back, hold is down. And the kick is good. Michigan State's won the last 2 in this all-time series. The previous 5 have been decided by 5 points or less. And right now, boos raining down at Memorial Stadium as the Huskers just trying to find some sort of answer to get back in this game. Well, DB, as we head closer to the fourth quarter, I didn't see 77 total yards of offense for Nebraska.
No, not at all, especially considering how Michigan State kind of came into this one. And it's just hard. That's why you don't play the transitive property in sports, right? You know, Michigan State does what they do against USC. USC lays the egg against Illinois. Illinois catches a skinny number today against Purdue. They do what they're supposed to do. You know, Penn State's down 2 scores. It's just what teams have got to do a better job of, especially in the NIL era and the freedom of movement, Kyle, is really dial in at the task at hand. You cannot listen to background noise. You can't pay attention to what other college football teams are doing. Perhaps now more than ever, you have to just mind your own business. I mean, that's really what it is. It is MYOB if you want to win games in these Power 4 conferences.
Well, now you have to lean on your veteran quarterback and Dylan Raiola, who just has not had it today. His interception leading to that touchdown drive. I mean, as an offense, how do you find a way to get into a rhythm? There's only so much Dana Holgorsen can do here.
Yeah, I think you got to get out of your own way, literally, which means when you have chances to win in the open field and one-on-ones. You know, I talked about it seems like I'm being greedy when you have 2 lead blockers out front and you get tackled for a 7-yard gain. Those gains have been going for more than that when it's your opponent. So Nebraska has to find a way to even that out where they start winning those one-on-ones out in space.
So the Huskers will get the ball back here. 2:37 in the third. Interesting enough, Michigan State took 2 of their 3 timeouts already in this half. So if it comes down to a timeout game at some point where this is a tie game or a 1-possession game, Michigan State has burned 2 timeouts. Huskers have all 3, but that doesn't come into play until later in the fourth quarter. Again, this all-time series, 14th all-time meeting. It has been of late all Michigan State, and since Nebraska has joined the Big Ten, they've had 8 total meetings. This is the 9th. 4 wins to 4 losses. It's been an even 500 for Nebraska against Sparty. For some reason, they just can't seem to get their number of late. And the last 2 have been within a field goal difference. Huskers down a touchdown.
Strange game.
Mosey back deep, along with Kenneth Williams. Again, the wind still at the face. They'll flip sides of the field to start the fourth. There's at least that to look forward to. You'll have the win at your back in the fourth quarter. Spartan defense has held Nebraska 77 total yards, just 38 through the air and 39 on the ground. They've sacked Dillon 3 times. Have had 4 tackles for loss. So Connaughton will kick this away.
Gets interesting in a hurry now, doesn't it, Casey? This is what we signed up for, right?
The Big Ten. Connaughton 5-yard run-up. Line drive kick will float over the H&M Huskers. End zone left for a touchback. Well, DR, last time on the field, threw just his 2nd interception this year, and it was right into the chest of Jordan Hall, his first career pick. Setting up that touchdown drive to give Michigan State their first lead. Certainly not in panic time either. Still have the opportunity to maybe get that run game going.
Oh, yeah, not at all. Got to play ball here.
3 receivers, bottom side right, Hunter wide left. Far left hash of the 25. Snap to Raiola, back to pass, screens it over the middle, through the hands of Barty, incomplete. Was trying to run before he caught it and went right through his 2 gloved hands of the 23. I mean, that thing went right through his hands.
Yeah. Becoming an execution thing now, and how much do you believe with about, 17 and a half minutes of game time? Plenty of time, but where's the 6 inches between your ears?
Far left hash, 2nd and 10, Husker 25, deep back Johnson, snap play fake, Raiola floats one near right, wide of Dane Key, was hit after he threw, no flags down. Quindarius Dunnigan smacked down Raiola after he let that one fly incomplete. So 3rd and 10. Dillon took a shot.
Yeah, good one, too.
I think he was on a drag from left to right. Oof. And his helmet came off as well.
Yeah.
Dillon stays in the game at the 25. Emmett Johnson single back left. 3 receivers near right. Lindenmeyer tight end right. Snap to Dillon. 3-man rush. Steps up, slides right, slings one near right. Across midfield, Barney at the 40, 35, and shoved out of bounds to the Spartan 32. Josh Eaton runs him out of bounds. Had to have it. DR delivers 45 yards to Ja'Cory Barney.
Yeah, you can't be picky when you have less than 80 yards total offense, but if that's on the money, he scores. Barney's got to kind of get it behind him, and it slows him down, but again, a little momentum. Now, if you're Nebraska, you got to get back to working with pace.
Blue Cross Blue Shield pass of the game for over 85 years. Blue Cross and Blue Shield in Nebraska has backed every tackle, touchdown, and triumph. Blue believes in the Huskers, and Blue believes in you. Subs on both sides. That's where you hear the boos as the Huskers were trying to go tempo from the 30, officially the Spartans. Snap to Raiola, hands it off up the middle. Johnson squirts through to the 25, dragged down at the 23-yard line. Alex Van Sumeren wrestles down Emmett Johnson to the turf after a run of 7 right up the gut.
Again, how quickly can Nebraska play without being in a hurry? You start to get the sense they know how they want to attack Michigan State. Now they've actually got them on their heels.
Down 21-14, the Huskers left to right, 2nd and 3, Spartan 23. 2 receivers, tight left, 1 to the right. Johnson the single back, snap from under center, handoff Johnson, swerves right to the numbers, 20, 15, 10, foot race, touchdown, Huskers! EJ, 23 yards, swerving to Pater, and the Huskers are pulling after away from tying this thing up. Life indeed.
Not too much creativity. 15, he got the handoff. 5 minus 1 is 4. Emmett Johnson wears 21. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. Give me all of them for the tie, potentially.
And now, Kyle Kunanen, the all-important All-State extra point. How big? 3rd and 10, connecting 45 yards with Ja'Cory Barney. And then Emmett Johnson from 23 away for his 2nd rushing score of the game. For the tie, snap back, hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. Roll even, take a deep breath for now. Hey, Husker fans, some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. 5 plays, 75 yards, part of the Stapp Brothers Drive Summary. 1:26 off the clock. Drive Summary is always sponsored by Stapp Brothers. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Stapp Brothers. Boy, what a response. We've been waiting, searching, hoping. Finally, you get that big play on 3rd down to Ja'Cory Barney after it looked like another sluggish start to the possession. And then EJ runs it in for a 2nd time today.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, just the right cut, just subtle, found the right crease, and we've talked about this, right? When you see that crease, get in it, no tiptoeing, just hit that thing.
Is Michigan State defensively, with all their injuries, are they finally starting to wear down? Still have a whole quarter to play. John Hull will kick this one off as the ball comes off the tee. Minute 11 in the 3rd, all tied up at 21. So for Emmett Johnson, 11 carries, 66 yards with those 2 scores today. Now 6 on the season. John Hull kicks this one off very short to the up man. That's Coyne. It's bobbled. It's loose. It looks like the Huskers got it at the 27. Nebraska ball. The up man, Jay Coyne, dropped it. He was trying to battle with the wind. And it's picked up by the Huskers. Makai Nelson. Big play on specials.
Sometimes you just have to kind of settle down, KC, and speak it into existence. This isn't a physicality problem. Let's go back to the 6 inches. It's between your ears. How do you feel about the opportunity to go win this football game. That's ultimately the difference.
So after the kickoff drop, the ball is set up at the 28 of the Spartans. And the Huskers lead the third with a lead, tied at 21. Slot left, 2 tight ends right. Low snap to Raiola, off play action, back to pass, wrapped up and sacked. Back at the 34-yard line, Darius Snow makes the hit. Just like that, Michigan State in the backfield again for a 4th time.
Yeah, that's a little too much now.
Loss of 6.
Oh, it's interesting. 6 drives in between the scoring drives for a total of just 19 yards. But then the 2 scoring drives, you get to 123 total yards. That just lets you know the difference between rhythm and pace and tempo and, dare I say, KC, rust.
Final 30 seconds of the third. 2nd and 16. Spartan 34. Snap to Raiola, back in one, slings one over the middle, caught at the 30-yard line. Isaiah Hunter breaks a tackle, 25 between the hashes. Submarine down at the 22. Gain of 12 yards. Josh Eaton, the submarining hit of Isaiah Hunter, will bring us most likely to an end of the third quarter. Josh Eaton, the man who made the tackle, is still down. Again, another injury on that Michigan State defense. Present up a 3rd and 4 now. Well, today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Currency, offering quick and easy lending for heavy equipment, trucks, and trailers. Visit Go Currency for details. Boy, how this game continues to have swings of momentum. How about the big plays on special teams today for Mike Eckler's group? A block punt for a touchdown, the fumble recovery from Mekhi Nelson on the drop kickoff. And what's smart of that, too, is you have the wind. You have somebody in Jay Coyne who tried to catch that kick, who's not used to making catches on kick return, have to battle with that wind and force him to make a tough catch.
Absolutely. And you found a way to swing the pendulum back in your favor in special teams, right?
And now all of a sudden you hear this crowd slowly getting back in it.
See, here's the thing, too, that I love. You got to eat some of the disdain, i.e. the booze, because you're not playing well, and you can't get in your feelings. You can have some emotions without being emotional, and then you come back and you handle your business, and they'll love you back up again. That's that agape love. It's unconditional, and it's real.
Well, Josh Eaton, upright, walking to the sideline, was just a low tackle near the knees of Hunter. So they'll wind the clock here, take this to the 4th, and the Huskers will have the wind at their back. Put your 4s up in the air. Final seconds tick away the 3rd. A touchdown late in this third quarter from Emmett Johnson. A big play to spark it. A takeaway on special teams after a fumble. And now we're set up for a fun finish. Fourth quarter on the other side. Nebraska 21, Michigan State 21. This is Big Red Football.
Nebraska football fans know what it takes to be the best. You've got to handle the heat, power through the cold, read the pressure. Same goes for the techs at John Henry's. They're trusted to perform when it's all on the line. When winter's driving hard and your furnace fumbles. When your thermostat is in the red zone. When the power goes out before the final whistle. Make the easy call.
Call 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Welcome back to the Greg Sharp Radio booth at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. I'm Matt Coatney. Time now for a scoreboard update. It's brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. Everyone looks good with a touch of gray, especially when it's one of 8 new gray 2025 trucks you could win in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. Buy a ticket today and experience the power of gray. Top prize odds, 1 in 336,000. Washington has just taken the lead at Maryland. They score a touchdown with 3:21 to go in the fourth. 24-20 Huskies lead the Terrapins. UCLA continues to lead. Number 7 Penn State, 42-35, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter there. Upset in Florida. 9th-ranked Texas trails the Gators 29-14, 5 minutes to go in the fourth. 16th-ranked Vanderbilt trails at number 10 Alabama 23-14, 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Number 21 Notre Dame leads Boise State 28-7. They're late in the fourth quarter. Number 24 Virginia leading at Louisville 24-21 late in the fourth. We are tied at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln 21-21. Stay right where you are. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be fun going down the stretch. Let's send it back to Kyle Crooks.
All right, thank you, Coach. Who said all the madness is saved for March?
And Washington just scores. It's 24-20 in Maryland. We'll be there as a trio, actually a quartet, with JC down on the field. I mean, what is going on in college football?
Craziness is what's going on. 21-21, start of the fourth. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. How about this swing and momentum? You look between these two teams, 3 consecutive touchdown drives. You had 2 of those from Michigan State and a 23-yard run from Emmett.
I smell this deal, Casey. It's opportunity. Look for Nebraska to take a shot here on first down.
Michigan State.
Dylan Raiola.
First down, third down. It's all the same.
3rd down and 4.
That's why I let you do the talking.
The Spartan 22. Wind at their back now right to left. 3 wide, 2 out to the near left. Emmett Johnson single back left. Harburg in motion to the far right. You hear that wind rustling.
Okay, so they know they have man-to-man here, Casey. Emmett, maybe?
Snap to Raiola. Back to pass. Looks right. It's covered up. So slings it to Johnson at the 25. Turns the edge. 20. Wrestles near the marker. And a horse collar tackle on Jalen Thompson. A Medica first down. And a big spot on 3rd and 4 to the 17. Tack on more on the tackle.
Not very smart, but I can see that one, Casey.
Illegal horse collar tackle. Defense number 9.
Once they knew they had man-to-man, it becomes about leverage. And you got Emmett on a linebacker, a little speed out of the backfield. It's basically stealing.
Yeah, that's a great catch, Damon, pre-snap, because then you have a D lineman on Johnson in open space. Becomes a foot race at that point.
Yeah. I like that we're on the same page here, Coach Holgerson.
1st and goal at the 8, tied at 21, 10 seconds into the 4th. Raiola tells the crowd to quiet down. Slot left. Solo man right is Dane Key. Johnson single back left. Barney in motion left to right. Now Belly's back left. Raiola takes a snap. Backpedals in 3 steps. 4-man rush. Lobs one back right of the end zone. Has Hunter broken up. Oh, he took a big hit from Malik Spencer in the back right of the end zone. A floating ball that took Hunter and his momentum out of bounds. Couldn't make the catch. And it's 2nd and goal from the 8. Trying to lob that one. Hunter was crossing from left to right in the end zone. Spencer was trailing the play and then popped Hunter as soon as he tried to catch it on a leap.
Yeah, that's one of those you think you draw it up on the dry erase board when you see how much man-to-man Michigan State plays, and you think that's one for 6.
2nd and goal from the 8. 2 tight ends left. Tackle eligible is Corcoran. Snap to Raiola. Play fake. Shovels it underneath right. Caught by Harburg. He's stoned at the 10-yard line. Wayne Matthews makes the hit. 10-on-10 crime. Forward progress at the 9. A loss of a yard. 3rd and goal. They had heavy personnel on that snap on the left side of the line.
Little run-pass option there. Nebraska decides to do the RPO. And here we go.
3rd and goal from the 9 after a loss of a yard. Empty set. Emmett Johnson wide right. 3 receivers near left. Lindenmeyer's in the slot right. Now they motion Johnson. Left hip of Raiola. 4 defensive linemen for Michigan State. Right hash snap to Raiola. Back to pass. Looks left, surveys. Rolls right. Raiola slides left. Has all day. Now under pressure. Floats it right and throws it away. Near Emmett Johnson at the 7. Cam Williams made the hit. Raiola had a lot of time. And then that closed promptly near the 25. DR wanted a late hit.
Yeah, you'd have to maybe anticipate the little over route to Key. He saw the backside corner, so he didn't want to throw it. You get the 3, and you live to fight another day.
Was throwing that one away. It was Jordan Hall over there in coverage of Emmett Johnson. This is a 27-yard kick with the wind at the back of Kyle Kunanen. From right to left, Camden Cook to hold. Kevin Gallick to snap for the lead. Snap back, hold is down, operation is clean, the kick is up, and the kick is true. Huskers have the lead again. 10 unanswered points from Nebraska. 13:32 to go in the 4th. Nebraska 24 and Michigan State 21. 7 plays, 19 yards, and a 27-yard field goal from Kyle Kunanen as part of our All-State field goal. Hey, Husker fans, some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Also, the drive summary sponsored by Sapp Brothers. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Sapp Brothers. Huskers back in front, 24-21, 13:32 for the 4th. This is Big Red Football.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave. Hey there. Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Huskers back in front, 24-21 over Michigan State, 13:32 in the 4th. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Let's send it down to the Rob Seco sidelines. Here's Jess.
Well, guys, Deshaun Singleton spent a lot of time in that medical tent. In fact, he just emerged recently, has continued to have conversations with the medical staff. He had a long conversation with Addison Williams, but he's got his helmet on. He's warming up. Looks like he's going to try to go here.
Casey, it's interesting, too. I mean, you're like a 105 over 70 guy. Just chill, smooth as Malanta.
Sure.
It's crazy, the momentum swing internally the last 7-8 minutes. Is this not wild?
It's crazy. 4 consecutive now scoring drives between Michigan State and Nebraska.
You went from maybe left for dead and feeling kind of queasy to up 3 with the wind in the 4th quarter.
John Hull's been handling the kickoffs for most of today. Boots this one away with the win from right to left and soars through the end zone. Fans in Nebraska, Corn Farmers' legacy is built on hard work, dedication, and pride. Explore their stories at IamNebraskaCorn.com today. It's time for Nebraska Corn Board 3rd quarter stat update. 158 total yards here for the Huskers and showing some life on the offensive end. Can they find a way to get Aiden Childs off the field here? Approaching 90 seconds gone by in the 4th. Both teams in search of their first Big Ten win. At the 25, left to right. One wide each way. Childs shotgun set. Single back right is Frazier. Marsh in motion left to right. Snap. play fake. Childs rolls out to the right, still rolling to the hash marks, under pressure, steps up and shovels it out wide right. Is the ball loose? Was it a backwards pass? It's picked up. It's Singleton. He runs it in. Touchdown, Huskers. Oh, a big-time mistake. And Singleton makes him pay.
I tell you what, KC, it doesn't get any easier than this. It's not quite gift-giving season, but we see the department stores kind of turn over their inventory. 82, 8 minus 2 for MSU gives us one. It's 6. I'll take all of them.
Well, he was looking for Brennan Parachek, the tight end. They're going to have to look at this to see if this was a backwards pass.
It is very, very close. Childs throws it from the 19. It hits about the 19 and a half.
Is that the Husker glasses on there?
Well, I gave the half yard. It is unbelievably close, but Nebraska may lose this 6 points by about a half a yard. I couldn't credit a Nebraska player with the score getting such a gift. It was simple math, 8 minus 2. Let's just hope it holds.
Well, if you're Parachek, he just walked away from that ball saying we're good. It's an incomplete pass, but Petchak was on the heels of Childs. He flinged it to his right. I think that's going to be, if anything, I think it's a forward pass.
Yeah, it's half yard, right? 19 to the 19 and a half.
They're going to wave this off. It's about a 20-yard return for Deshaun Singleton. How about the day if Singleton got awarded this touchdown? 2 picks?
Well, that would have been
a forward pass. It's incomplete. Second down at the 25-yard line.
I think that's a right call, and it's also right from the officials to let it play out, because then you have the opportunity to look at it.
Yeah, very smart. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
A Hogemeyer official review, the right seat right here with local service and world-class corn and soybean products backed by Corteva Agri-Science. Learn more at therightseed.com. So just an incompletion, 2nd and 10, Spartan 25 left to right facing the win. 24-21 Huskers. Childs out of the gun, 3 wide, 2 out to the left. Tight end flexed off the line right. Snap and a handoff for Frazier up the middle as he sprints across the 30. Tripped up at the 31-yard line. Vincent Shavers cuts him down. Big third down coming up, a 3rd and 4 after a run of 6.
Yeah, you definitely don't have 2 downs to make 4 here. So if you're Nebraska, it's go time. Little split zone action.
Only 2 of 11 on 3rd down, but they've had so much success on 4th for Michigan State.
Yeah, I just can't believe you'd be in 4-down territory, right? Just help me here. Let's stay in the moment.
24-21 Huskers at the 31 of the Spartans. 3 receivers in a triangle right. Nick Marsh wide left. Shotgun Childs awaits. Takes a wide snap. 4-man stun up front. Steps up. Rainbows one near right for McCray. Incomplete. Some mutual hand fighting near the 40 of the Huskers. Sierra Wright in coverage. That ball was overthrown. 4th down. Again, only a field goal game. You're still going to punt it here if you're Michigan State.
Now you got to watch the wind and a little trickeration here with how the ball could be played. Get it fielded. And listen, we got to do everything we can, KC, to keep from feeling like Penn State right about now.
They lose to UCLA
They
officially.
have lost outright. 42-37 final.
Snap back to Ryan Eckley, one of the best punters in the country, into the win. A spiraling kick from left to right. Dies near the 20 between the hashes. Barney has room to roam near left. Splits a pair of defenders. 25-30, 35-40 along the numbers. Cuts right. Throws a flag down across midfield. Barney at the 40, 30. Convoy out in front. Angling out right. Barney. Touchdown, Huskers.
Can you just do me a solid and talk about this? This is bang, bang. I see it live. Don't do it to me.
It would be an 80-yard return. There's a flag down at the 34 of the Huskers. This one's coming back.
Ah, lordy, back inside the 40. Come on.
10-yard penalties.
Oh, my.
Nebraska's football. 1st down and 10.
Operation Splitsville for the deuce. You just got to hold off. There's the head. Oh, my goodness. Carter Nelson. Was that you?
At least he had a touchdown today.
Listen,
So
I don't. Did he get him, KC?
I'd have to take another look.
I know. We're on the Homer Network. HBO, man. Help a brother out.
Ball at the 20-yard line, 12-14 to go in the fourth. Wave off, a punt return touchdown. Nebraska 24 and Michigan State 21 as we step aside with a break in the action. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at FNBO.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
That's the best way I could describe how it felt for me when I would walk out of either the casino or the Keno parlor, is that you just felt that wave of heat, that wave of oppression kind of hit you, that wave of dread.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
Right away, you would always know that drive home would be the worst moments of why did I do this again? Why can't I stop this?
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraska 24, Michigan State 21, 12-14 left in the fourth quarter. Score update brought to you by Noddle Companies, creating thriving communities across Nebraska. Kyle Crooks, two-time national champ, Damon Benning, Jessica Coody down on her sidelines. This game has been wacky and wonky, and now we've seen a punt return taken off the board, 82 yards from Ja'Cory Barney after the illegal block in the back from Carter Nelson. So now the Huskers have it at their own 20, right to left, wind at their back. Raiola out of the gun. Johnson, single back left, two out to the right. Low snap to Raiola. Slants one right. That's caught by Isaiah Hunter. Crosses from right to left across the 25 and spun down at the 28 on the hash marks. Gain of 8 yards. That's Isaac Smith who makes the tackle. Under 12 to play. Clock churns. 2nd and 2. Left hash of the 28. Snap from under center. Play fake. Raiola rolls out to the right. Slings it over the middle. Grab made by Luke Lindenmeyer across the 30. Dives to the 34-yard line. Was cut down at the ankles by Jordan Hall. A Medica first down.
Yeah, a little two delay right there. Have Lindenmeyer hold and kind of leak. Nice little conception there.
And
little two delay flat.
We're still early in this quarter, but remember, Michigan State burned 2 of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that was a good call on your part. You said, well, they need those to have at least a couple in the bag. No, they don't.
2 wide each way at the 34. Snap to Raiola. Looks right. Slings it right on the comeback. Caught by Cortez Mills. Accelerates to the sideline near the marker. Dives to the 44 for another Medica first down. Aiden West, who was injured earlier, peels down Mills after a gain of 10.
It's really subtle, too, knowing where the defenders are. How about how the little spin out gets you the first down because you know where the leverage is defensively. Crafty for the pup.
Mills has a catch in all 5 games this year. 1st and 10 from the Husker 44. Snap to Raiola, back in 5 steps. Pats the feet. Looks downfield. Pocket crumbles. Tripped up from behind and sacked. Back at the 37-yard line, Alex Van Sumeren got DR by the ankles.
Yeah, I wanted him to stay with Clint Quark here, running the little comeback. He came open. DR had to pull it back a smidge.
I think it was Evans that got beat, DB.
Yeah.
That is the fifth Michigan State sack. 24-21 Huskers. Clock churns, 10:20 to play. 2nd and 17 from the Nebraska 37. Field covered in shadows. 2 wide each way. Raiola out of the gun. Johnson sidecar right. Snap to Raiola. Loads the screen right. Twisting catch by Johnson. Cuts left to the 40. Right side hash mark to the 45. Shoulder down to the 46-yard line. Gets some of that back from the sack. 3rd down and 8 now.
Definitely manageable. You're playing with a little pace. Not really huddling. You've only subbed 1. Does Michigan State get to sub, or is it even for even? Snap the ball. Nebraska didn't sub.
3rd and 8 at the 46, and now flags down as they took the snap. The Huskers jumped. I think it was Pritchett.
The interest, Nebraska doesn't have to let Michigan State sub. Once they set the ball for play, snap the ball.
I'm not sure Dylan knew that. That's why there was some sort of hesitation to snap the ball.
I think the offensive line did, and I'm not defending Pritchett, but that's a long time for them to be in their stance. Like, snap the ball.
So as Pritchett false starts, 3rd and 13, Husker 41. Huskers need the Michigan State 46. Slot each way. Raiola shotgun set. Corrals the knee-high snap. 4-man rush. Raiola under pressure again. Steps up. Slings it wide left. Caught behind the line. Johnson cuts right to the 40 and tracked down by David Santiago from behind at the Husker 45-yard line. Gains just 4 on the quick toss to the outside left, and the Huskers will punt. Do churn some game clock. Just over 9 to play now, up 24-21.
Yeah, now this is where you need, what is it, Arch, Veronica, Jughead. One of those characters needs to come through with a good punt. I'm going to go with Arch here.
Well, this thing could be a boomer. Wind at his back. Wilson's been fighting the wind throughout this game. Massive leg for the Australian. Back deep, Amari Kelly at the 10. Snap to Wilson, rolls left, lets this one fly, end over end boot. Kelly on a back pedal's got it at the 9 on a fair catch. Well, he pins it inside the 10, so he does his job. Now a long field ahead of Michigan State after a 47-yard punt. Now 8:37 to go in the game.
Yeah, that dog will hunt inside the 10. Now you get to go play defense.
Nebraska 24, Michigan State 21. All right, this defense, DB, what do you need to see on this drive?
So this is where the guessing game comes into play. I think Michigan State wants to run the ball on 1st down. If you're Nebraska, you're thinking win on 1st down. Then you can get busy with movements and pressure on 2nd down.
When you look at the overall eval of this defense and some of the things that we'll talk about during the week, what's your biggest area of frustration from what you've seen from the defense?
So I think right now, I think it's the leaky quarterback run game. It's so hard, though, Casey. I can pick at it and talk about playing 11 on 11 and how there's no real free safeties when your quarterback can run. But I get back to discipline and pass rushing in integrity, right? Just rushing the passer and keeping him contained. Childs has hurt you a little, but your handoff run game defensively, you've been pretty good. And I think you'll let that dog hunt.
You think where this crowd was at when Aiden Childs on a 2nd and 1 had a quarterback sneak where he essentially went in untouched for a touchdown and took their first lead. So where they are now.
Little bit of a head scratcher. Probably a check with me. He sees nobody in A gaps really in Nebraska. Kind of gaming up front. It's easy pickings.
Huskers had a 14-0 lead after 1. Michigan State was able to cut into that with one of their longest drives of the season to make it a 14-7 game at half. 14 points in the 3rd for Michigan State. Big touchdown from Nebraska after they really could not get anything going offensively. A 23-yard touchdown run from Emmett Johnson after a 3rd down and 10 conversion to Ja'Cory Barney, one of the biggest plays of this game. Nebraska's tacked on a field goal here in the 4th from Kyle Cunanan from 27 yards away to take a 24-21 lead. And a big part of the billing today has been the quarterbacks. Childs has thrown 2 picks, both to Deshaun Singleton, 9 of 21. Raiola 15 of 23, throwing just his second interception of the year.
Tell you what, when you kind of, as we kind of take a look at some of the finals rolling across, Texas loses down in the swamp. Napier hangs on for another week. They talked about Washington coming back to win against Maryland. Penn State taking the loss. There are just no easy ones out here. Michigan struggling with Wisconsin at home in Sharon Moore's return.
What's the Al Davis quote? Just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
Doesn't matter. Coach Rule says it all the time. Win by 1 point, win by 1,000. A win's a win. Now, there's some style points, and there certainly haven't been many style points today if the Huskers can hang on.
Yeah.
But a win today is your first in the Big Ten. After the punt from Archie Wilson, Spartans left to right from their own 9 into the wind. 2 wide right, solo man left. Frazier to the left of Childs. On first down, they hand it off to Frazier. Bounces outside right. Big submarining hit. Andrew Marshall makes the hit at the 11-yard line. Gain of 2 yards. That was the NCAA hit of the game. To find a chiropractic physician in Nebraska, visit nebraskachiropractic.org. Clock churns, over 8 minutes to play. Just need to get into field goal range here again, but that changes. That field goal range isn't what you would expect here just because of the wind. You got to get a little deeper into plus territory.
Yeah, right now you're thinking 70 yards. That's a long ways to go.
2nd and 8 at their own 11. Empty the backfield. 5 in the pattern. Snap, swing route left. Frazier wrapped up in the ankles. It's Marshall again after Frazier made the catch on the swing route back at the 6. 3rd and 13.
Oh, KC, I'm pining for your Howard Cosell days. Down goes Frazier as Nebraska sets up another long 3rd down. Have we not seen this all day? This is incredible.
2 of 12 on 3rd down, Damon, for Michigan State. Backed up at their own 6. Childs shotgun set. Tola single back left. 2 receivers right. Nick Marsh wide left, their top target. Snap, 4-man rush. Childs 4 yards deep in his own end zone. Slides left. Looks downfield. Guns went up the left. Numbers incomplete at the 24. One hop for Sean McCray trying to make a lunging catch. Incomplete. Stop timer 7:07 to go. Michigan State will punt.
Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Michigan State has been playing with fire. If they get another low-line drive off, this thing will be 31-21 before you know it. Book it.
82-yarder was wiped away after a block in the back.
They've been flirting with disaster all game.
Eckley is 9 yards deep in the end zone, gets it away. A high spiraling kick into the wind. Barney back into his right, makes the catch of the 43-yard line of the Huskers. Circles out to his left, tries to get blocks. Can't turn the edge. He's smothered back at the Husker 40-yard line.
He sees what I see, though. You see that green right there? Yeah. That is incredible how Michigan State is toying around with this.
50-yard punt. Boy, that's a big-time 50-yard punt from Ryan Eckley.
Yeah, I tell you,
into the wind.
Branch makes that block, and I don't know, man. We may be celebrating, like cooling the gang.
The market at the 41 of Nebraska. Right to left, 6:54 to go in the 4th. Huskers lead 24-21. 2 wide left, solo man wide right is Dane Key. Emmett Johnson, the running back left. Can they take the air out of the ball here and churn some game clock? Keelan Smith, the motion man from left to right. Snap, quick screen near left, leaping catch from Hunter, leaks through, breaks an ankle tackle. There he goes, Hunter, 40, 35, 30, Hunter all the way. That just might be your dagger. 6:45 to go, 30-21 Nebraska.
There's 2 things about this, Casey. Number 1, my pick to click, free DB. Number 2, the math is so easy, 15.
He had one shoe running down the sideline. His right cleat was off his foot, sprinting 59 yards to pay dirt.
Love it. He could have gone shoeless like Joe Jackson. Just don't cheat me and give me all 6.
A one-shoed Isaiah Hunter on a screen goes 59 yards to pay dirt.
Did he catch that from number 15? He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minus 5 is 4. 3 minus 1, 13. That's 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. Give me all of them.
He lost his shoe on the initial wave of tacklers. It was his left cleat. And somehow he still was able to sprint down the sideline with not a defender anywhere near him. Wow.
Oh, I love when it comes to fruition. I want a high-five B-Max so bad, but I had to jump on his coattails because he's like batting 1,000, KC.
All-state extra point here for Kyle Cunanan.
Kind of like Ohtani with leadoff home runs.
How my Yankees doing right now, by the way?
They were down 2.
That's not good. You have good news here, and that's all that matters. Snap back, hold us down. The All-State extra point is up and good. Fireworks shoot off to our left. Hey, Husker fans, some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This one's easy. One play, 59 yards with 9 seconds off the clock. One shoe later, it's Isaiah Hunter sprinting to pay dirt. It's part of the Sapp Brothers Drive Summary. Drive Summaries, as always, sponsored by Sapp Brothers. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Sapp Brothers.
I jinxed it, too. The Phillies jumped on the Dodgers early, too. That's fine. We'll be losers together, Casey. Friends to the end. Heidi ho, ha ha ha.
Well, I had my satisfaction beating the Red Sox in that third game.
Child's play. You ever had a Chucky doll?
That actually was the scariest thing to me as a kid growing up. John Hall will kick this one away from right to left, and that'll land 2 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. That was actually the movie that scared me the most, Damon. Was
really?
Chucky. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll just be like, hi, I'm DB. Friends to the end. Heidi ho.
Bring back memories.
Whoa. Tell you what, that offensive line's starting to come together, isn't it? Really good job up front. The much maligned left tackle and Mr. Pritchett doing his job. Like, you build on it. And how about the resolve? Right? It's not easy.
6:45 to go, 31-21. Huskers lead. Spartans left to right. 4 in the pattern. Shotgun snap to Childs under pressure. Swerves to his left. Ducks in the pocket. Bobbing and waving. When he gets home. Back at the 12. Nowhere to hide from Big 96. Back at the 13. 2nd and 22.
Yeah, that's just relentless in the pursuit of excellence. I mean, a 4-man rush. He's panicking back there. The secondary does a fantastic job on the back end. It's a total team effort.
Loss of 12 yards, 3rd Husker sack. At the 13, left to right, into the wind. 4 wide, 2 each way. Shotgun Childs calls for it. Corrals the snap, 4-man rush. Steps up, tucks and runs. Inside the left numbers across the 25. Tumbles for a first down to the 27-yard line. Or I should say across the original line of scrimmage. To the 27, 3rd and 8.
Stop me if you've heard this before, Casey. 3rd and guess what?
Long.
Pretty long.
3rd down and 8. Spartan 27.
There's a price to pay when you play with fire like this. Get yourself a takeaway. This is the final timeout.
They use their 3rd and final timeout to the Spartans.
30 seconds.
Yeah, they got to get Childs a breather. He is gassed and taking some shots. He's like, do I go down? Am I hurt? Am I not? I'm sore as all get out. Help me.
He's got the trainer holding him up, essentially. He's pretty gassed. Well, 3rd and 8 here. This is 4-down territory now, you would think. No timeouts. If you don't get this, you got to find a way to get this first down if you're Michigan State. They're working on the knee of Aiden Childs.
And he's not, I was going to say, he's not moving around real well either. That's you got an old soul, KC, as one of those tough Northeastern guys. You're not a Beach Boys guy, are you?
I like him.
All right, this is a little help me, Rhonda. He's looking for a little help with this timeout. He is not feeling good. Is this 4-down territory?
I think it's got to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Childs back in. after the timeout. No timeouts remaining. Can only stop the clock with a 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 8, Spartan 27. 3 wide right. Solo man left is Nick Marsh. He goes wider to the numbers. Single back left is Elijah Tolliver. Left hash snap. Childs scales back to throw. 4-man stun up front. Childs breaks loose. Launches one near right numbers. One hops McCray at the Husker 45. Buford in coverage, incomplete. We'll have our answer here. 4th down and 8.
Yeah, he doesn't feel good. He wants that one back. And I know it's like, hey, just throw it. He didn't feel good, and he threw it off the wrong foot. Clearly something is wrong with one of those legs. I could see wrong footing on a layup. You know, you're probably a big Knicks guy or Nets.
Unfortunately.
Hey, sorry about that. My apologies.
We got a Hornets guy over here.
Yeah, well.
That's even worse. 4th and 8. This place is loud. Spartan 27. Timeout. Husker timeout, first of 3.
Nebraska, their first of the half.
5:22 to go. 31-21 Huskers. 4th and 8 from the Spartan 27. Michigan State will go for it.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to say you're back up. I keep thinking like the actress, like Mila Jovovich, but it's something like that. Do you even remotely think backup quarterback here with Childs ailing the way that he is?
I think you just got to find a way for Childs to stay in the game.
I don't know. He looks pretty bad, Casey. Looks pretty bad.
You're right. We did see the backup, Alessio Milivojevic, who came in near the goal line when Childs was shaken up on a sack. It is Childs who comes out. He's really hobbling. We were looking at his knee earlier.
I wasn't even close. What's that backup's name again?
Alessio Milivojevic.
Man, I was thinking Fifth Element. Mila Jovovich. We're nowhere in the same planet.
Ball at the 27 of the Spartans. 4 wide, 3 receivers near right. We need the 35 of the Spartans. Snap to Childs. Back to pass. Backside pressure comes. He got blown up. Cam Lenhart. Oh, he crushed Childs back of the 17, and he might have just called game.
Absolutely. And speaking of Mila, that was a little Resident Evil. Getting home on 4th down and lowering, boom. And how about Cam Lenhart? Off my line, just the stick-to-itiveness, tons of opinions. John Butler with the words of, boy, this is where you want to get in the headset of Jessica Cootie down there. We can hear Coach Butler just going bananas saying, get him to the ground. This isn't fancy. And he is eventually on the ground.
Well, in the end, that injured left tackle spot becomes an issue. It was Lenhart who worked past the left tackle Connor Moore for the Huskers' 4th sack. Turnover on downs. Huskers have it at the Spartans 17, up 31-21. 5:17 to go. Raiola out of the gun, takes a snap. Turn right, handoff Johnson. Wheels his way up the middle, knifes his way between the hashes to the 11-yard line. Alex Van Sumerum makes the tackle from behind. Clock churns, 5 minutes to go, gain of 6. And you're in the mode now of letting this play clock drip down. No timeouts for the Spartans.
Yeah, you're certainly not in a hurry. You're not snapping this thing before 2 or 3 seconds, and you want to run the ball. Make this thing a 2-score game. At minimum, make it a 2-score game.
Just think of how ugly this game looked for Nebraska, even going late into the 3rd quarter. We were pretty deep into this thing. Nebraska just didn't have a pulse.
And all this, and Michigan State has still only ran 49 plays.
2nd and 4, handoff. Johnson up the middle, swerves into the end zone. Touchdown Huskers. The exclamation point and the hat trick for EJ. 3rd touchdown for 21. It's 37-21 with 4:27 to go.
I love when the maths, Casey. The 3rd touchdown, that's 3, right? 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Give me all of them.
11 yards away, and Emmett Johnson holding that football up like a pillow, putting the Spartans to sleep. Saturday here in Lincoln.
Now all eyes point to Vegas now.
That's right. First 3-touchdown game for EJ in his career. Career day. as Kyle Kunanen knocks through the All-State extra point. Hey, Husker fans, some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com. Call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I'll tell you something, Casey. This is why you don't listen to those guys and gals that just read stats, because you'll read the bottom line for rushing statistics, and it'll say something like 28 for 73 yards, and you're thinking, oh, they couldn't run the ball. But when you look at handoff run game, and you look at Mekhi Nelson, 1 for 11, and you look at Emmett Johnson, 13 for 83. That's 14 carries for 94 yards. I wasn't a good back, but even I would have taken that YPC. That is commitment to running the football. And Raiola has still only thrown the ball 24 times. Let's get it.
6.5 average now for EJ. There's Aiden Childs and Nick Marsh really having a serious talk down on the sidelines for Michigan State. Ensuing kickoff from John Hall through the end zone for a touchback. 2 plays, 17 yards, 50 seconds for the Sapp Brothers Drive Summary. As always, Drive Summary sponsored by Sapp Brothers. Power your operation with your partner in ag, Sapp Brothers. 38-21 Huskers, 4:27 to go.
A few more points than I thought would be scored, but this is the total that I put Michigan State at for the game. Let's see if Nebraska's defense can hold them off here.
And for the Huskers, 38-21 lead, trail 21-14. 24 unanswered. Alessio Milivojevic, the backup, is in from the 25. Shotgun snap to him. Zips one wide left on an out. Too tall for Nick Marsh. Cut off his route at the Spartan 33-yard line. Vincent Shavers, Donovan Jones over there in coverage. 2nd and 10.
You know what's interesting? Nebraska still hasn't given up 100 yards as of yet in the passing game to 2 NFL-caliber wide receivers in Kelly and Marsh.
I've seen some places that Childs, they have him as a first-rounder when it's all said and done. So, boy, it's been impressive this year for the 25, 2nd and 10. Slot right, one to the left. Snap back, handoff Frazier. Circles left over the guard. 30, slips across the 35. Frazier tumbled down just shy of the 40 to the 39-yard line. Moved the sticks for Michigan State. Clock still churns, 4:10 to go. A 17-point Nebraska lead. Subs coming in and out. It's a timeout. They got caught in a substitution here. Coach Rule saying, why are you subbing here? He's screaming at Terry Braden, the defensive line coach. Michigan State didn't sub, so they could have snapped it, would have got a free play there.
Well, we wanted to do the same thing on the other side, didn't we? I wanted Dylan to snap the ball. When Nebraska didn't sub, you have to be conscious of that.
Great crowd today. 407th consecutive sellout.
It's a little bit of a misnomer, too. Again, why you don't trust stat reader guy. They have 21 points. Childs has 2 rushing touchdowns, but he has 13 carries for just 23 yards. You would have taken that every day that ends in Y going into this one. But we sure will critique it, won't we?
He had that really special run of 16 yards for a touchdown. 38-21 Huskers. 4:05 to go after the Husker timeout. 1st and 10, Spartan 40. 4 wide, 3 to the bottom side right. Milivojevic takes the wide snap, 4-man rush, zips an outcut left, one-handed catch and gather as Frazier makes the grab and then falls down back of the line of scrimmage on the numbers at the 40.
And what you're starting to see now, we wondered what would happen would it pay dividends in the 4th quarter with the depth of Michigan State and kind of where they were. And you see how many Spartan offensive linemen are the last to get off the ground when the ball is snapped.
No gain on that dump off. 2nd and 10. With that, the clock still rolls. 3.5 to go. Ball left hash. Spartan 40. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap back. Milivojevic surveys, rolls out to his right, looks downfield, guns one over the middle, and that's caught by Jack Velling, the tight end, who spins inside the Husker 45 to the 44. Velling has a touchdown today. Moves the sticks, and Michigan State continues to move with tempo. 3:10 left. No timeouts.
Well, he's a big kid, isn't he?
And they stop play. Not sure if this had something to do with the spot of the ball. They spotted it in the wrong spot. They put it at the 45. Should be at the 44 of the Huskers. Wind the clock. 3 minutes left. 2 wide each way. Milivojevic takes the chest-high snap. 4-man twisting rush. Guns went over the middle. Backpedaling catch. Jack Velling makes the grab in traffic in front of Donovan Jones at the 25. Move the sticks again.
Oh, DJ want that one back. He saw it the whole way. You just got to trigger, big fella.
Couple of chunk plays now from the 25 of the Huskers, up 17 points, under 3 to play. Snap to Milivojevic. Back in 2 steps. Parachutes one near right. Caught over the shoulder by Brandon Tullis. Makes a lunging catch over Vincent Shavers down to the 1. First and goal, Spartans. Well, this is not what you want here.
Absolutely not.
Can they score north of the 2-minute timeout? There is an injured lineman, Ashton Lepos, dealt with injury all year. And that eliminates the tempo in which the Spartans are moving at. He's all the way back near the 35.
So I don't think you succumb to the runoff either, but they have been slow to get up almost after every snap.
How about this for Milivojevic, the backup? Chunks of 16, 19, 24. 3 successive plays.
That seems pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. And you mentioned before, DB, we don't necessarily delve in those things, but the Vegas line comes into play here. The 17 points. They know what they're doing out there in the desert.
While we're on the mispronouncing of names and the Mila Jovovich thing, I mean, you got to be thinking the perfect getaway. That is clearly in play right now. I didn't see that movie, by the way. It sounds like something Ben McLaughlin would watch.
I think you're the only one who might watch movies in this booth. I know Jess doesn't down on the sidelines.
Well, that's because you kicked Courtney out. He would have been my sidekick.
Well, first and goal at the 1. 38-21 Huskers, 2:14 to go. Can they score north of the 2-minute timeout? And Matt Rule sprints down to the 5, calls timeout.
Third and final.
This is after an injury stoppage. They wanted to get another big body in there, and Judy and David Hufkin.
Yeah. Coach Rule's down about 300 pounds, so he just wanted to get another 4 off and sprint down there and call timeout. I was going to give you a He Got Game reference, but I didn't think you'd recognize Mila in that one.
He Got Game?
Yeah. Well, you
I don't know many movie references.
You just got to decide who's got the game. Right now, Nebraska's got it seemingly in hand with 2:09 to play, but you can't get squirrely here if you're Nebraska defensively.
Got to finish this out. And would expect they score here, an onside kick coming up on the other side. The Huskers were on the flip side of this 2 weeks ago. Presenting sponsor of today's broadcast, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Appreciate their support of Husker football. First and goal at the 1. No timeouts left on either side. Near right hash, Milivojevic under center. Deep back Tullis. Takes a snap. Quarterback sneak and a tush push. Jake Coyne just drives him into the pile. Not sure how he wasn't a touchdown. Finally, the hands go skyward for a Michigan State touchdown.
I can't wait to go back and watch why they're so susceptible to the sneak. Are they in ones there as a D-line?
Yeah, that was easy push.
Yeah, twice now.
Gabe Moore fired off his stance and was kind of way too high. Stood straight up. Got blown off the ball. They're going to go for 2 here. Still, this would be a 2-possession game.
They have no timeouts left. You get the warning, the 2-minute timeout in another second. This is an untimed down. Start doing the math in your head. You got to just recover the onside kick.
Ball is at the 3-yard line for a 2-point try. Milivojevic out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 tight right. Tullis the single back right. Snap. Blitz comes. Milivojevic lobs one back shoulder. Left side of the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to go back shoulder for Amari Kelly. 1-on-1 crime. Sierra Wright in coverage. Incomplete. Unsuccessful 2-point try. Now get that hands team out there. 38-27 now. I'll tell you what, TB, I get nightmares of the hands team. They used to put me on the hands team back in Pop Warner. I had about 3 that banged off my shoulder pads, and they would pick on me on the hands team on the onside kick.
Which begs the question, were your biceps as big then as they are now? Because you probably needed
my stomach was bigger back then.
You probably needed different shoulder pads. That's what I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I was not the hands team guy you wanted out there in a clutch moment. All right, so trying to seal this here, recover this. 2:01 to go for the game.
Well, interesting lineup here. I don't always love the straight across deal. I'm kind of a 5-and-5 guy, front wall, back wall.
Well, you got Ryan Eckley, the punter, who has had some kickoff duties this year. Presume he's the better onside kick guy. You also have Connington that's hovering as well. You have the 2 kickers hovering on either side. This comes from Eckley to the near side. Takes an extra hop. Easy Sunday hop for Dane Key at the 49. Steps out of bounds. Greeted by Mike Eckler. Husker ball. The 2-minute timeout.
I knew you were a music aficionado. The Commodores. Easy.
Yes.
Like Sunday morning.
Easy like Sunday morning.
There we go.
That's where we head to break. 2-minute timeout. Our score. Nebraska 38. Michigan State 27. 2-minute timeout. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to protect against wear and deposits. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99 in-store only. Limit supply. Learn more at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Husker lineman Sam Sledge. Tune in to the 5th quarter for the power play of the game, powered by your local public power utility in Nebraska Public Power District.
Make sure you stay tuned to hear the NPPD power play of the day during the 5th quarter show. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout, presented by your local Nebraska Kubota dealers, proud sponsors of Husker football. Find a local dealer at NebraskaKubotaDealers.com. Presenting sponsor of today's game, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Appreciate their support of Husker football. Best formation in football, the victory formation for the Huskers with 2 minutes to play, and Raiola will put a right knee down to the turf after stalling an extra couple seconds. No timeouts left for Michigan State. A 38-27 win on the horizon. First in the Big Ten. DR putting his hands up, telling this crowd to get loud.
Yeah, they don't have to snap it until a minute 15, and then you get another 40 after that. I love this kind of math.
Certainly some teach tape coming out of this. It looked ugly for most of 3 quarters for the Huskers, but you got to play a full 60, right?
Yeah, knowing Coach Rule, he'll take the good and take the bad, right? Little facts of life. But he's going to talk about letting them back in the game and, you know, the 3 quarters of less than 80 yards total offense. But he's also going to point to the resolve and staying on the gas in the 4th quarter. And little did we know, that the win versus no win, the timeouts in the third quarter, boy, it all matters, doesn't it, in games like this?
And we made such a big deal of the win, but for good reason.
Yeah.
It certainly mattered in that fourth quarter. And credit the Huskers finding a way in the fourth. 17 points in the fourth quarter. I go back to the biggest play for me was that 3rd and 10 conversion to Ja'Cory Barney down this near sideline, which led to that Emmett Johnson 23-yard score.
You got to love the closing time. When you have the opportunity to smell blood in the water, man, you got to go eat.
Dillon takes a knee, and the Huskers win this one 38-27. First win in the Big Ten for the Huskers, getting set to head on the road for the next 2 games. Had to dig deep, had to find a way from a 14-0 lead to a 7-point deficit. And then the Huskers went on a roll in that fourth quarter and stretch out to a lead that eventually gets clinched into the 4th win of the year. Final score, Nebraska 38 and Michigan State 27. Final seconds tick away. And our final is official here from homecoming at Memorial Stadium. Fireworks blare off to our left. Both teams meet near the Scarlet N at midfield. Final score for a final time. Nebraska 38 and Michigan State 27. Fifth quarter show is next. Jessica Coody with our player of the game coming up on the field. Ben McLaughlin anchors our fifth quarter coverage. That's next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Hey, Huskers.